simple to reach the 2023 World Cup. It's a convincing Wales display, and that's what it means. In a night of celebration.
Test of character. A dominant Wales display.
This game is not over. These Welsh women are making history.
It is another huge night for Welsh football here at the Cardiff City Stadium in front of a record-breaking crowd. The quest for a first ever major tournament continues for Wales women, and we are at the business end of things. The World Cup playoffs. One wrong move and you're out. Dreams shattered. There are no second chances. The first hurdle then for Gemma Granger's side, Bosnia Herzegovina, kick-off in just over 10 minutes' time. Good evening. Well, this is uncharted territory for Wales women. This is the closest they have ever been to a major tournament, but there is work to be done. Oh yes, indeed. Knockout football, it starts now. And these three, well, they weren't going to miss it for the world, were they? The three amigos, they are back. Gwenan, come on then, the atmosphere, it's really building. Give us a bit of context, the occasion and also the possible reward.
In terms of the occasion, absolutely massive. So proud to be here, so excited to be here in front of a record crowd. I think the average before COVID was 2,000. We're seeing over 15,000 tickets sold today. The reward, even greater. You know, a place in the World Cup where these girls deserve to be. You look at the squad, it's such a talented squad. They should be on this platform fighting for a place in major tournaments.
And there's a slight sort of carnival atmosphere around the place because I think everybody here knows, Nia, that we're favourites this evening. Do you share that confidence?
Yeah, absolutely. They've avoided some big hitters. They've avoided Portugal, they've avoided Spain. Bosnia ranked 63rd in the world, Wales are ranked 30th. So actually on paper, Wales are massive favourites tonight. They've leaked a lot of goals. Bosnia 21 in qualifying and only scored 9, whereas Wales have scored 22 and only leaked 5. So on paper, absolutely big favourites tonight, Wales.
But you can never dismiss a side, can you, that have reached the playoffs?
Absolutely no. You know, you can't underestimate any team this late into the competition. We've seen in the last 2 matches, you probably didn't see the best of Wales, and they'll want to put that right tonight. But tonight is about keeping that dream alive, leaving the pitch with no regret and being one step closer to a World Cup qualification.
As the kids are all passing us here, there is one talking point, I guess, from the team this evening. And the squad, no Natasha Harding, omitted from the Wales squad, despite playing for Aston Villa over the weekend. It is a strange situation we find ourselves in, but over 100 caps, 26 international goals. How much will Wales miss her tonight?
Yeah, absolutely. When you look at those statistics, she's a huge player, hugely experienced Super League player. She's been involved in every team that Granger's been a part of, been selected into the starting 11 every time. But actually, I think it gives her less of a headache tonight. If she was available, who else are you dropping? Are you dropping in form Carrie Jones, Kerry Holland, or Jess Fishlock, who's back in fit tonight? So actually, without her involved, I think actually it gives Granger less of a headache, and they've gone with the in-form forwards.
The girls are all nodding here, Gwen, and I'm going to let you go off to commentary. The light show, it's about to start. Before it does, let's go and join another member of our team this evening, Laura Kenyon.
Thanks, Kat. Yeah, I have my partner in crime back with me, Hannah Kane. It's so lovely to see you again. You're always so positive. You've been back in camp this afternoon, but surely there must be a few nerves today.
Yeah, I'm super excited as ever, but obviously slightly nervous, always nervous, even more so when I'm on the sidelines, believe it or not. But yeah, I'm so proud to be here. It's such a massive achievement, and I'm super excited to see what the girls do today.
Well, Hannah, stick with me, stick with us, and we'll join you again at half-time. But for now, let's hear from someone who's doing pretty well to calm those nerves. It's Wales manager Gemma Granger. Gemma, history made last time out, but new territory now, knockout football. Have you been practicing those penalties?
Yeah, we have. We've been practicing them throughout this campaign. You know, we want to be a team that's prepared in any situation. So yes, we've been practicing them. We have our process. We've had a few penalty shootouts in friendly games, which has made us feel really prepared.
Talk us through the team news. It must be strange not to have the experience of Natasha Harding, but a real boost to have Jess Fishlock back.
Yeah, we, throughout this campaign, have utilised so many players, and players have stepped in important moments. It's great to have Jess back. And with the team today, we know that with the starting team, we've got a very strong team, and we know that we've got players who can come on and impact this game.
Gemma, thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, we're not thinking about penalties yet. We'll talk about it later if we have to. I don't think our nerves can take it right now. Jess Fishlock, she's coming back from America, having won the league there. Does she bring that winning mentality back with her to Wales?
Jessica Fishlock is a big-time player. You know, she's won 4 league titles in 4 different countries. She's a huge player for Wales. She dictates how we play in possession and out of possession. She's a magician tactically and technically, and she really knows how to unlock teams who will sit with a low block, and that's why we need Jessica Fishlock in our team.
Also this week, Gemma Granger has mentioned VAR. We have it for the first time, just as the light show around us begins with a bit of Zombie Nation. VAR, how important could it be? Gemma Granger said for her kind of players, it could quite suit them. What does she mean?
Well, we're definitely hitting the big time light show and VAR, aren't we? But I think what she means is the type of player like Jess Fishlock, like Carrie Jones, terrific balance on the ball when they're running with it at their feet. Defenders are scared to death of tackling them. There's been a couple of occasions, even in the Slovenia game last time out, Carrie Jones should have had a penalty. Let's just hope it goes in Wales' favour tonight, because it is a bit dangerous bringing it in this late on. You don't want to be on the end of a wrong VAR call, having not had it all campaign.
Girls, Zombie Nation, does this sort of make you feel, I don't know, is it a bit surreal for you to be involved with this evening?
Look, this is massive. This is what dreams are made of. Tonight is about keeping that dream alive. This crowd is huge for this game tonight. We want Bosnia to feel this and be under pressure, and we want to put them on the back foot straight away, and this crowd will play a huge part in that.
Do you know what I love? Usually with big crowds in women's sports, people come to see celebrities on the opposition team. Everybody in the house tonight are here to see the Wales girls. They're not here to see Bosnia. There's men, women, children, families, mates, clubs, everybody. The FAW have done a fantastic job of making this a massive attraction and entertainment for everybody to enjoy, and I just hope they get the job done, because on paper they absolutely should.
We will remind you that there are 2 other playoffs going on this evening. Portugal against Belgium, that was a 7 o'clock start. Scotland against Austria starts at 25-8. We will bring you the latest from those games, because, as we'll explain later on, they could have an impact on Wales and how many games Wales might have to win if they're going to make the World Cup. But we can't get ahead of ourselves, can we, Katie?
No, we have to just focus on this game. We can't be thinking too far ahead. It's far too complicated anyway, but we have to focus on this game, get the job done here tonight, then we start to look forward.
It is a complicated system, yeah, I know you're not happy about it.
I honestly think it's ridiculous, Kat. People have asked me, how do Wales get to the World Cup? And my honest answer is I'm not sure. It does help feed into that mantra of Gemma Granger, 1 game at a time, but actually FIFA needs to look at it. It's a far too complicated system. You want to know, right, where do I need to be? What do I need to win to get to a major championship? It's far too confusing for any of us to worry about. First and foremost, they need to beat Bosnia.
Right then, here we go. Another step on this long road to the World Cup. It's knockout football from now on. Strap yourselves in as we join Gwennan Harris and Simon Davis.
Thank you, Kat. Well, you said it during your introduction. These are uncharted waters for women's football in Wales. A first ever playoff where the eventual aim is to reach next year's World Cup. On paper, a home tie against Bosnia and Herzegovina was arguably the best possible draw for Gemma Granger's side, but rarely in football, and especially when Wales are concerned, the things pan out as they should. Should be a dramatic night. The thoughts of Gwennan Harris coming up after the national anthems. Well, a cap presentation first for Rachel Rowe and Rhiannon Roberts. Rachel Rowe winning her 50th cap, and Rhiannon Roberts did that against Slovenia, Gwennan. And a terrific achievement by both players.
Yeah, indeed, we've seen a couple of them. We've seen the Centurions rewarded in the last game. Just great to see, you know, the consistency in terms of how many games these girls are playing, and they're at the top of their game. And hopefully Rachel Rowe will have an occasion to remember tonight on her 50th.
A crowd of more than 15,000 await the national anthems.
Diolch yn fawr iawn. Anewch chi aros yn y crowd ar gyfer anthem Cymru o Wild Wolf. Y canwch ag anfer gloiwch o Bafta. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Cymru. For us, for them, for her.
What a noise inside the Cardiff City Stadium. Well, Wales know what they have to do. A win, and they go to Switzerland to take another step towards the World Cup. As far as the team is concerned, one Welsh change from the team that clinched a playoff spot against Slovenia. Natasha Harding's absence from the squad for personal reasons sees Jess Fishlock return from injury and into the starting 11 for cap number 135. Other than that, it's very familiar from Gemma Granger. Sophie Ingle captains the team as ever. Bosnia and Herzegovina are ranked 63 in the world and are without two of their most influential players. Captain and top scorer Milena Nikolic, she is injured, as is Sofia Krajsomovic, another goal scorer during qualifying. Keep an eye out for 22-year-old Minela Gachanica up front, who also found the net during the group stages. Well, what a sight it is. The Welsh capital tonight. Carrie Jones, player of the match against Slovenia. The 19-year-old will be hoping for another impressive display tonight. Hayley Green is Wales's joint top goal scorer in this qualifying campaign. The Brighton forward has 5 goals to her name so far. And at the heart of the Bosnian defence, Melissa Hasanbegovic of Sporting Lisbon. And tonight's match officials are all Spanish, led by referee Marta Huata Diatza, and there is VAR tonight. Guillermo Cuadra Fernandez in charge of that. Well, you and I, Gwenan, have been reporting on the Wales team for quite some time, and this feels like a night like no other.
It certainly is. I feel like I'm saying constantly at the moment that this is the most, or the biggest game, most important game in Welsh women's football history, and again it is this evening. Hopefully they'll do the job this evening and it'll be the same on Tuesday night. But what an occasion. So good to see so many fans here as well. I was actually here on Tuesday night watching Cardiff City, and it feels just as full as it was then. Hopefully they'll get a good performance and obviously a really big important result to send them home to this evening.
We'll forget all the complicated permutations. There is a guide on the BBC Sport Wales website for that. In terms of tonight, Wales know that they must beat Bosnia and Herzegovina. There will be a minute's silence as a mark of respect for the victims of the tragic events at the Kanjuruhan Stadium in Indonesia. Well, the Cardiff City Stadium produces some very special international nights. let's hope that tonight is one of those. So many youngsters in the crowd and so many bucket hats on show.
Yeah, and again, that's what it's all about. The success of the team in getting this far has drawn in this audience. You know, as I mentioned pre-match, under 2,000, or the average was just under 2,000 before COVID for Wales games. They've absolutely smashed that, and hopefully it'll continue to rise.
Here we go, in front of a crowd of more than 15,000. This Welsh team can get a step closer towards next year's World Cup with a win. The need to be professional, the need to be confident. Wales have every reason to be both of those things. There will be nerves. First touch for Hayley Ladd on her 29th birthday. As Gemma Evans plays it to Rachel. Well, there will be nerves, Gwennan, but they've got to be confident.
Yeah, and they've started that way. You know, they've got on the front foot, won the ball. And for me, the important area of the pitch, the midfield, the trio of Fishlock, James and Ingle this evening.
Ball in towards James. Flag stayed down for Green. Could be the perfect start. Fishlock! And the flag has gone up eventually. What a start for Wales. And the returning Jess Fishlock showing what a danger she is.
Yeah, I thought originally, you could see Kaylee Green trying to bend around, but yeah, to be fair, the Bosnians, I was watching them in the warm-up and they were practicing their shape, but definitely practicing as well the timing of moving up to try and, you know, leave the trap there of leaving Angharad James offside. But a good start. You know, Wales will take a lot of confidence from that. Where we maybe struggled in previous games to create a huge amount of opportunities, you know, they've got into the danger area very quickly.
Fishlock missed the game against Slovenia due to injury. Such an important player for Gemma Granger. Roberts, who had one heck of a game against Slovenia. Evans. Ingle spotted the run of Rowe. And the flag has stayed down again. This is a chance for Wales to take the lead, and Carrie Jones just got the ball caught under her feet in the end, but
she was actually offside, Simon, and only now is the lineswoman put up the flag, received the call. She was offside by a fair amount. Bosnia's playing a really high line, which I think will be detriment to them, because Wales have got a fair bit of pace with Carrie Jones and Kerry Holland in behind.
It's been a very positive start for Wales. They want to keep up this tempo. An early goal would be priceless. Holland releasing James. Up against Kopetjevic. Green. Flag has stayed down. Green destroyed it. And the flag has gone up. Of course, that is how things are these days, Gwennan. They wait until the end of the passage of play.
Yeah, that's 3 times now in the space of 2 minutes. She's clearly, you know, offside there. You can see she just needs to check her run and look back as well. You could see Kaylee Green actually in the first offside we saw in the first minute, just trying to check the run sideways first before you run forwards. The pass needs to be quicker, but she also needs to time that run. But as I said, Bosnians playing a really high line, something I wasn't expecting. I expected them to sit really deep, probably put 5 at the back. You know, they've got their 4, they've got the 2 sitting then in front. They're playing a similar system to Wales with the 4-2-3-1. Wales are just playing with the midfield trio of Ingle, James and Fishlock, with Ingle more sitting.
Gemma Evans. Hayley Ladd, they have been the rock at the heart of this Welsh defence in qualifying. An important reason why Wales finished second in their group. Bosnia slightly more fortuitous in the fact that Russia were expelled from their group, and that was a big reason why Bosnia have now reached the playoffs. But Wales have to put all those factors aside. And they are favourites on paper, as Nia was saying at the top of the programme, but it's doing it on the pitch. Towards Green, James hacks at it. And Wales pushing players forward in these early exchanges. We played 4 minutes, Gwennan, but Gemma Granger happy to commit players forward. There's another move towards Fishlock. I guess the danger is the counter-attack, but Gachanica couldn't take advantage. Easy for Ingle to deal with.
Yeah, Wales have made a really promising, bright start. as you'd expect, you know, as you mentioned there in terms of the draw, Wales had a very lucky. They were. I was dreading the draw if I was honest, but to see them Bosnia come out with us, you know, I think we couldn't have been luckier, and especially to be at home. Wales are clear favourites for this game and expect to be, as I said, on the front foot.
Good footwork from Fishlock, evading the sliding tackle, does get the decision from the Spanish referee. It was Alexic who was a bit rash with that tackle.
See again the high line from the Bosnians. Wales just have to be quite intricate with the way they play these.
Quickly taken by James. Evans in from Holland. Fishlock! That's 2 chances now for Wales' star player.
Well, I said about being intricate, didn't I, with the Bosnians playing the high line. They did that. Clever pass in by Angela James. And what Kerry Holland does well there, she changes the angle on the cross, and Fishlock will be so disappointed there. Someone of her quality should be finishing that. She'll look to keep that down. It's straight at the goalkeeper, anywhere in the corners. And as I said, she'd want to keep that down if possible. You know, use the pace on the surface. That's a gilt-edged chance, in my opinion. Wales should be 1-0 up.
Gemma Granger's expression says it all. Well, Wales have come out of the starting blocks like Usain Bolt. They have been flying. The key is to keep it up. Ingle. Lads. Rhiannon Roberts, who will run up that touchline all day long, as she did against Slovenia, to create chances and openings for Wales. Closing down the tackle of Kopetnjevic. Wales.
I was worried on the weekend, actually, Simon, because I think she got taken off early, or she didn't actually make the starting team for her club side, Liverpool. And my heart sank a little bit because I was panicking for this evening, but she's made a recovery. I think maybe it was just a precaution, but she's such an important player to Wales now, as we've seen, won her 50th cap in the last couple of games, and she's made that position. She's really made that position on, but it's brought so much going forward in this campaign as well.
Well, let's hear from Nia Jones, who's part of our team alongside Catherine Pitchside. And Nia, it's been a blistering start from Wales, and they should be in front, shouldn't they?
Yeah, fantastic start, really positive. Started on the front foot, won the ball back early. What's great is seeing Angharad James and Jess Fishlock in really advanced positions. You know, they're almost becoming a front 5 with Holland, Green and Carrie Jones up there as well. It's really difficult for Bosnia to defend. Sophie Ingles finding herself in acres of space. We're just waiting for the right moment for her to find the killer pass that we know she can find so well.
Well, Bosnia and Herzegovina have a corner, the first of the evening for them. Sabanjagic up against Gemma Evans, and I think the safety first from Evans, but it is a dangerous set piece, and we saw Hasan Begovic, the captain, going to close down O'Sullivan. Wales have to be careful here.
They definitely have a height advantage, Simon. I was watching them in the warm-ups. You know, they're quite a physical, powerful side, the Bosnians.
Driven in towards Hasan Begovic, who couldn't control it. Away from James. It's another corner to be taken by Kopetnjevic.
Yeah, the one thing I would say is that Wales have obviously got the taller players, Gemma Evans, Rhiannon Roberts, Sophie Ingle, just protecting that, in a zonal type, protecting that 6-yard box. But then you've got Carrie Jones man marking the tallest player on the pitch.
Ball towards Hasan Begovic. Oh, it's a good save from O'Sullivan, from Alexic. Pure instincts from Laura O'Sullivan to stick out a leg, and it saved Wales.
That is a huge save, and a great save as well. Down low with her feet, technically very, very good. You know, at times Laura O'Sullivan can go long periods of the game without having to do anything. You have to show it. Oh, that's a great save. You know, down low, has to react quickly. You question the marking by Hayley Ladd, that's far too easy.
And down the other end, Fishlock against Hodzic in the Bosnian goal. You could see the reaction from the visiting bench. the first real test for O'Sullivan tonight, and she's passed it with flying colours. How important will that save be in the grandest scheme of things?
Well, she was very important the last time we played Bosnia, actually, in the last World Cup qualifying campaign. She saved the penalty.
Balls in the middle to Fishlock from Rowe. There's a Bosnian player down, but Wales under no obligation to stop the play. Oh, great save! It was a point-blank header from Kerry Holland, and both goalkeepers busy with only 10 minutes played.
Oh, that's a good piece of play by Wales. Good cross in by Kaylee Green. You know, she just whips it in towards that far corner. Kerry Holland's pulled back, on the mark, and then makes the run across. You know, she gets a good connection with it, but what you want to say again, when you're in those positions, can you head the ball down into the ground, use the pace on the surface, make it difficult for the goalkeeper?
Well, she hit the target, Kerry Holland, and Hodzic had to stand firm. I tell you what, if anyone thought this was going to be a foregone conclusion tonight, then they were wrong. Gajanitsa hasn't got much of an angle. Evans getting a foot in and stops the corner, concedes the throw. And this is where Wales have got to be organised. They've got to be defensively sound.
Yeah, they usually are, credit to them. You know, they don't seem to concede many goals. You know, only, was it 6 goals, sorry, that's my maths. 6 goals conceded in the campaign so far. They have been, you know, at times from set pieces just a little bit vulnerable, and we've seen that obviously from that opportunity and the great save from Laura O'Sullivan.
It was the qualifying for the 2019 World Cup that you were referring to, Gwenan. 2 1-0 wins for Wales, both goals scored by Kaylee Green, home and away. A similar result would be most welcome tonight. Ladd to Evans. You can see the run from Rowe. Eventually it does go over the Swansea-born player. Here's Carrie Jones. Well, we were so impressed with her display against Slovenia, Carrie Jones. Is, never mind a star of the future, a star now.
Oh, certainly. You know, I felt like she dragged us through those 2 games against Greece and then against Slovenia.
Kaylee Green in towards Jones. Well, even the most hardened Wales fan can't expect the referee to point to the spot after that. There is VAR though tonight, worth pointing that out. I think that's something that we've all called for in these key women's internationals for a while.
Oh, certainly in the big game, Simon, because, you know, the big decisions have gone against us. You think back to St Mary's against England, and we had that 0-0 draw. First 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure that was over the line, and so was the rest of Wales. And then, you know, those decisions, as possible, well, definite in my opinion. Penalties against Norway as well, so it is good to see.
I don't think you've ever got over that England game.
I haven't, no.
Roberts hugging that touchline and looking for Holland, who's getting into good spaces, switching wings with Carrie Jones.
What's nice to see so far is that the wide forwards of Kerry Holland and Carrie Jones actually just taking positions infield, just creating space then for Rachel Rowe, Rhiannon Roberts to overlap and come into.
Well, look at that later score that just popped up on your screen there, Gwenan. 1-1 between Belgium and Portugal. We could be in a position, if Wales go to Switzerland, of hoping that Portugal or Scotland will win on penalties. Never mind that, here's Fishlock driving forward. Green surely finishes! Offside, won't count, won't count. Well, will there be a second look at that? The assistant referee was pretty immediate with her flag, Gwenan.
I felt from looking at it first time that she was offside, just about. I actually thought there was two possible. I will see it again here. I thought there maybe Fishlock could have played in green, but then as ever, she always battling hard, and yeah, she's clearly offside.
You have to say it was the right decision. Just a few times that Kaylee Green has wandered offside. Always worth the risk as a striker, as you would know, Gwenan, but Gavrich, first time ball off Ladd, who's working hard. Corner ball, it's another one. And Wales giving away a few of these set pieces now.
Yeah, I think Wales will be surprised actually with the amount of space that they've been allowed to have so far. I think they probably would have prepared for what everybody was expecting, so for the Bosnians to sit quite deep. But they've come here, obviously, she says a one-off game, you've got to go for it. They've come here definitely, you know, with the aim of using certain players, especially their wide forwards as well.
You could see the captain Hassan Begovic towering over some of the Wales defenders there. In that 6-yard box, in it comes towards the captain. And O'Sullivan always knew where that was going. Well, it's 0-0 so far, Gwen, and it's been pretty action-packed, I have to say. We expected it to be dramatic, but it's been end-to-end at times.
It actually has, as I say, and that leads back to the point that I just made in terms of Wales having a bit more space than they thought they were going to have. See the similar formations being played by both sides.
Jones, lovely layoff to Fishlock, who spots Rachel Rowe in space. She can hit them, you know. Rowe hits it, spilt by the keeper. Holland, second chance, hits the post. James, Rowe. Well, they're all queuing up. Wales couldn't have been closer. Roberts, and much to the relief of the visiting bench, Hodzic just collapses on the ball.
Well, I hope this isn't going to be the pattern of the evening, Simon, because it's going to be a long night if it is. But again, good play. Wales giving space. This time Rachel Rowe driving forward into that space. Kerry Holland, great forward play. Following in from the shot. First touch goes away from her, and then credit to the goalkeeper. That's a superb save onto the crossbar. Now, those are difficult when they're bouncing just in front of you.
Green releasing Carrie Jones. Hassan Begovic with a sliding interception. You cannot keep your eyes off this game. Wales playing with such attacking intent, more so than I think we've perhaps ever seen them under Gemma Granger.
I think you've got to in a game like this, haven't you? You've got to go for it because there's so much at stake. Wales just need to ensure, just in that final third, as we've mentioned in previous games, just that composure, the decision making, and the composure in front of goal. You know, we've had some really good opportunities already, and should be ahead. Obviously, credit to Laura O'Sullivan for that good save from the corner, but Wales have had 3 very good opportunities so far, and just need to be more composed and clinical in front of goal.
Well, Rachel Rowe, remember at Parker Scarlets against Estonia, hitting from distance, only the top corner. She's got such power behind her drives. But Wales are being patient. Remember, if it stays level after 90 minutes, it's extra time and penalties. Evans. Jones on the turn, good tackle by Alexic. The visitors' best chance, up towards Gachanica. And that is an offside flag against the player who plays for SFK Sarajevo.
She started well, actually, Gachanica. And what she does is bring in her fellow forwards. Really well, she plays quickly to them. She doesn't hold on to the ball for too long, brings them in, and they're making good supporting runs from midfield.
Roberts keeps it in, up against. Good ball in towards Fishlock. James. It's a corner. And surely one of these chances, you feel, has to pay off for Wales.
You can see the difference with having Fishlock back in the team, mind. You know, we missed her massively in the last 2 games. Just those clever runs. You know, she anticipates when someone's made a run towards the ball, the space in behind, she'll, you know, stretch the defence, but sometimes she'll stand still as well and draw players to her to create space for others. She's seen a lot of ball in this opening 20 minutes.
Referee seeing something she didn't like inside that penalty area, and stopping James from taking this corner kick. 2-woman wall to beat, cleverly to Rowe, drives it in, could have gone anywhere. As it is out for a Welsh throw.
Well, you've got to do better there, haven't you, Simon? When you've got so much time on the ball like Rachel Rowe had, she had a good first touch, got it out of her feet, and then for me, you know, she just needs to swing that in towards the back post. There's a big gap for her to put it into that corridor of uncertainty, people call it, for the goalkeeper, not sure whether to come or not, and the runs then from the forwards towards the front and back post.
Green on the turn. Green was looking for it. She did appeal to the referee, Kelly Green. The Spanish official well positioned. Roberts with the throw this time. 1-2 with Holland, and heads for that corner flag. It came off Roberts. Goal kick. Well, at times Wales have had to weather a few storms, but generally speaking, I think Gemma Granger will be happy with how Wales have started this game. Probably the happier of the 2 managers at this stage, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, Wales have been on the front foot as we expected. Just what she will be disappointed with is that clinical edge, not taking the chances that have come their way.
Holland with a header. Taking out Gavric in the process. Well, what a sight that is. Who would have thought that 15,000 would come to see this playoff match, and they have come in their droves. Such is the growth of the women's game in this country. It's wonderful to see. Good play from Rowe. Oh, that's a rough tackle, and the referee had to take action. It was Alexic. And Rowe is not happy with the tackle at all.
You can just see here, you know, she just comes in. The only thing that she's lucky with is that obviously she's kept her feet well away from the ball.
Kelly Green. Good defending from Milinkovic.
Yeah,
guiding the ball out. When
you slide in like that, like we've just seen, you know, you're running the risk of a really bad tackle, of injuring someone. I think the thing, as I said, the mitigating circumstances for there is that his studs weren't showing. You know, if she tucked the feet in behind her.
Really good atmosphere inside the Cardiff City Stadium as well tonight. Fans certainly enjoying themselves, and it was a spectacular light show as well. Goodness knows what it will be like if Wales get through this tonight. Fishlock wins the header. Brought down by Hasan Begovic. Hopeful ball to Gajanitsa. O'Sullivan read it well. Not a night for risks. A night for just doing the simple things well. Wales will know they have the quality to get past this Bosnian side, who are no mugs. And this is a terrific run from Milinkovic. Cross from Popetnjevic. Didn't quite work out, and clever play from Roberts to win the goal kick. It's a fascinating contest so far.
Well, Wales just sloppy there, just not, you know, not coming to receive the ball. And then what we're seeing again is the Bosnians, when they win possession of the ball and they play it forward, they go forward with numbers. You know, they're all joining in, trying to get on the end of things. Wales defended well that time.
Jones turn of pace to try and get around Sliskovic. Skill to bring in Rowe. The ball away, Chanica. And Wales were looking for the flag, they didn't get it. Spasjevic. Up against Ingle, dangerous cross, and Ladd's clearance is completed by Evans, and the shot from Pixic was low and hard. And there's an unease every time Bosnia get forward here at the Cardiff City Stadium. And the header from Garitza. Gwenan, you've gone quiet on me.
Nervous I am, Simon, nervous. But no, you know, we knew that obviously it wasn't going to be an easy game, but you'd expect Wales on paper, when you look at the rankings, the calibre of players, the clubs they're playing for, you know, to be going through. But you know, at this stage in any competition or an international game, teams are going to have their strengths and weaknesses, and you know, certainly the Bosnians are ensuring that they're going forward. As I said, they're attacking in numbers. Wales just look really uneasy at the back. It seems to me as if the occasion maybe is playing on their minds. They know that any little mistake could be really costly. In the campaign, they've been really organised, they've been really disciplined. They just need to stick to the basics there in defence. You know, don't take any risks, as you said.
Evans steps out, and it's Spasjevic who has picked out the pass, and O'Sullivan read it well again. It was Sabanjagic. She hasn't put a glove wrong so far.
Yeah, sorry Sam, what I would say is that, as I said, you know, the Bosnians are attacking it in good numbers, they're running, they're breaking from midfield well, but they are running off the Welsh players' back shoulders quite often, you know, and that's quite worrying, it's quite alarming. Wales need to ensure that they're aware of the run being made, even if they just check that run, just use their bodies cleverly, just to stop the momentum of the forward runs.
Well, the visitors are growing in confidence here. Alexic. Ball forward to Chanica. On occasion, Ladd getting the all-important touch. Had it not been for the right foot of Laura O'Sullivan, then Wales might find themselves 1-0 down here. On the flip side, Jess Fishlock has had a few chances as well. Here is Rachel Rowe. Winners will go to Zurich to face Switzerland. James, lovely for the outside of a boot. Holland is free. Jones in the middle. Holland goes in alone. Good save. Well, was that the right decision?
Yeah, I think so. It was good play again. Do you know, I was watching the movement of the forward players. They're all interlinking positions. We see Holland going inside to create space for Rhiannon Roberts, but Kaylee Green comes deep this time, which gives them the opportunity and the space, because she drags the player in, gives the space for Kerry Holland. She's trying to go across goal. What she needs to do is actually that first touch. She takes a little bit too straight. She needs to actually take that first touch towards goal, which will just give her a little bit of a better angle then.
Well, let's bring in Katie Sherwood. Katie, I guess Wales will be hoping that they won't be ruining these missed chances come the final whistle.
Well, we hope not, Simon. I think we see Wales at the best when we get Roberts and we get Rowe really wide in advanced positions, because that then gives Holland and Jones that opportunity to push high and take those inward positions, and it creates that overload in midfield. We've just seen that rotation of players, Hayley Green dropping in deep, and that allows then Jessica Fishlock and then having James to make those runs. So we just need to get back to doing what Wales are best at, keeping the ball, moving the ball quickly, and I don't think Bosnia will be able to live with it, because like Gwen said, they're not sitting with that low block that we expected, so the spaces are there, the gaps are there. We just need to be more clever with the ball and get back to what we're good at.
Well, thank you, Katie, and it was a wonderful touch from Kaylee Green, wasn't it? It was almost Lewandowski-esque.
Yeah, she just used the pace on the ball, knowing that she'd drawn in, I think it was Milinkovic, and that was a massive gap then in behind. Kerry Holland obviously could see that, ran in behind. Yeah, and that's what you need. You need those combinations, players working off each other, those contrasting movements.
Evans clears it away, challenged by Sliskovic, who initially intercepted the Welsh pass. Certainly no need to panic so far. Wales have given as good as they've received. And a throw in for Rachel Rowe here.
So many positives, Simon, in terms of Wales creating opportunities. We actually struggled in the last two games, didn't we, to create a huge amount of opportunities. It's just to take us to the next level, being clinical.
Here's Jones looking for Fishlock, and was crunched, and she remains on the floor. Bosnia not going to put the ball out, it seems. Hasanbegovic, and the referee has in fact stopped the play to see what the matter is with Carrie Jones, who, as you can see, is holding her head and seems in some discomfort.
She's not one to stay down usually, is she, Carrie Jones? You can see it, you know, it's a bang to the head.
Well, this was the challenge, Gwenan.
Yeah, you see the right knee there of Milinkovic, just catches a nasty one. I don't think it's intentional. Oh, it's the foot, sorry, yeah.
Well, concussion protocol will come into play here. Well, as Carrie Jones remains down, we can soak in some of the atmosphere here, Gwenan. Look at that sight. Youngsters, bucket hats, and very few empty seats.
It's amazing to see. You know, the development in the attendances, the interest in this campaign has been phenomenal. You know, there's over 70 schools in attendance this evening. You know, that's huge, especially on a school night. Some travelling 3-4 hours away to come down this evening. You know, I think over 8,000 of the tickets have actually been sold by schools and clubs. That's what you want. You want to generate the interest with those younger players, so that they know that, you know, that the players here are so important, are big role models for them.
Well, elsewhere, Portugal leading Belgium, and that is into the 90th minute, I'm told. So that is actually good news for Wales. Scotland 0, Austria 0. Wales could do with Scotland advancing as well. That game just kicking off. So those are the other playoff matches tonight. And Carrie Jones, well, they won't take any risks, will they, the medical staff? And given how she's played in the latter part of this campaign, she will not want to go off, but they'll be keeping a close eye on her.
You can see her swollen a little bit already, her left eye. I think she might have a shiner tomorrow morning. But no, definitely she won't want to come off, and Wales won't want her to come off. You know, she's picking up really good areas in those pockets of space. It's creating space for others when she's not receiving the ball. She hasn't had as much joy in this opening 30 as she would have liked to, in terms of on the ball. Just need to get her on the half turn, driving up players, because that's what she does best.
Hasn't given it away again. They've been sloppy at times. Lily Ladd recovers, finds Holland. Good first touch, and a superb pass to Roberts. Falls for James. Ingle finds Holland. Decent cross, Green came out, and so did Hodzic, the goalkeeper. And Wales still hoping that Carrie Jones can come back on the field here, temporarily down to 10 as they play it towards that Bosnian backline again. And still, the referee has not given the indication for Carrie Jones to come back on. And the crowd urging the referee to allow her to come on. And still, Carrie Jones is waiting for that call. Well, whether the referee hasn't seen it, this is a disadvantage for Wales. Absurd situation.
Well, Sophie Ingles trying to actually tell him, she's not listening.
Well, Sophie Ingle is screaming at the referee, and here's Fishlock anyway. Now the official has gone across and has asked for the opinion of the medics, I think, for Carrie Jones to come back on. I think it was a welfare check, in fairness to the referee. I suppose that is to be applauded. I know Wales were at a disadvantage there, but the players Safety has to come first, I guess.
I think that's the most nervous and anxious I've seen Gemma Granger since she's been in charge of Wales.
Lovely ball from Jones. Kelly Green. It's the cross into Fishlock, put behind by Hasanbegovic for a Welsh corner.
A good play by Kaylee Green, just in the space of a minute, shown the different sides of her game. A minute ago, using her chest to bring in Fishlock really, really well, holding off the defence, and then this time running in behind, using her pace. Just needs to slow down in those areas and not force things. Again, we talk about composure.
Fishlock has gone across potentially for the short corner. Kaylee Green among those, and Gemma Evans in the middle. Oh, cleverly done to Rowe. Straight at the goalkeeper, almost smilt it, and almost let in Carrie Jones.
Just a little bit too central, wasn't it, Simon? It was quite easy there for Hodzic. A good touch out of the body. She strikes it well, it's just too central. But again, pleasing. Wales players, Wales forwards following in. That's good forward play. Following in case she drops it.
And not for the first time, a set piece straight from the training ground. Play from James. Fishlock spots James, who has got space. Green is in the middle. Milinkovic got there first. Well, it was good defending to stop that low cross from James, as Kaylee Green could have been in there.
Well, that attack was all about Hannah James. She stepped forward in midfield to win possession of the ball, and she carried on with her run. She's just trying to get it across first time, but good defending again from Milinkovic.
Again, Fishlock next to James, but I think this is going in the mixer, as they say. Decent header from Evans. Jones on the turn. She's gone down. And again, the Spanish referee unconvinced. Well, some of the Wales fans not happy there. Roberts. Chest from James to release Roberts. Brilliant play. And the cross goes out of bounds. Well, was it a penalty? That is the big question. What say you, Gwenan?
No, she's clipped her own heels there, unfortunately. I think she'll be so disappointed because that ball was coming across. If she'd just had any connection with the ball there, she probably would have scored. She was so close. So I think maybe just the flight of the ball as it was coming across. I think it was the header from Gemma Evans originally. Maybe just missighted, maybe still feeling the effects from that knock to the head.
Well, Green is played onside by Hasanbegovic. She took the goal kick there. We don't see that too often. Fishlock. It's as if she has all the time in the world sometimes, Jess Fishlock. Creates that space, such is her talent. This is dangerous. Gacanicha. Really, lads. Well, cool as you like. We talk about her being laid back. Well, that personified that. This one's still coming. Easy one for O'Sullivan. It is tense.
That wasn't an easy one in the end for O'Sullivan, only because of the slightest touch and most important touch from Ingle there. Otherwise, I think Spasovic would have been in.
Green works hard to keep it in, up against Hasanbegovic. Looking for Holland. Good first touch. James was always rising.
It was a bit wild, that one, wasn't it, from Hannah James? It was just sitting up nicely for her. I think she just thought, I'll have a go as it's sitting up, but she's just leaning back. She actually had more time than I and probably herself realised as well. She's disappointed with that technically, just needs to get her head over the ball.
Well, it's a high quality game. Both teams have had chances. Ingle. Green, there are gaps to exploit. James just with a, sorry, Carrie Jones with a heavy touch. Ball has gone out for a throw. An anxious looking Welsh bench. Plenty of quality on that Welsh bench, we know that. And Gemma Granger not always forthcoming in using substitutes in this qualifying campaign.
Yeah, she seems quite reluctant, doesn't she, to use the bench to advantage. You know, there's some good players there with a lot of speed, a lot of power, good balance as well. When you think of someone like Lily Woodham on the left-hand side, we've only got one natural left footer in this team, left centre half, and Gemma Evans. She seemed reluctant. Might have to use the bench, obviously, if it continues like this, because someone will need to make an impact. Fio Morgan came on the last game for a couple of minutes and looked lively.
Kerry Holland has been in the thick of the action offensively for Wales. Stop side there. Arguably Wales's best opportunity as well, hitting the post. Going in at half-time 0-0. Gemma Granger won't be panicking, she won't be too disappointed. Just the message will be keep doing what you're doing. Jones did well to find Holland of Liverpool. James. Rowe takes a touch, still going. Fishlock. They're all queued up. James! Just for a moment, you thought that Wales had found the breakthrough.
Brilliant cross in by Fishlock, and a good late run from midfield again from Angharad James. Great to see her in more advanced areas and joining in. But again, that quality. There's three players at the back post. Poor from Bosnia. They're not opening their body ups to see. And then for me, Angharad James, it just needs to use the side foot. Use a little bit more guile on it instead of trying to go through with her foot and try and get more power on it more than anything. Another wasted opportunity from Wales, and they're starting to build up now.
Well, Fishlock's come close, Holland's come close, James has come close. Well, that's what it's all about.
I actually know her as well. No, it's my sister's best friend's daughter. Yeah, brilliant. You know, again, just so important that, you know, these young boys and girls are having the opportunity to come and see, you know, the women playing, and that's becoming a normality. That for me is so important, that they've come here to support Wales, regardless of if it's male or female football. And to see the development, as I've said, in the attendances over the campaign has just been so phenomenal, so inspiring.
I can assure you that camera shot wasn't planned. You know everyone here, Gwenan.
Oh, I'm not sure about that.
Well, we've got to know this manager, Gemma Granger, who in the last few games I think has been more animated and expressive on that touchline than we've ever seen her before.
She's looked really nervous and anxious for me tonight, and I've never really seen her like that, apart from maybe the last 10 minutes of the Slovenia game. And rightly so, but you know, she's managed to reach World Cups before with England in the 17s and 23. She was she's one of the assistants with England seniors when they were in the Euros 2017. But we all know how desperate she is to achieve this with Wales as well. And you know, she said she felt right at home as soon as she arrived here in Wales. It just felt like the right place to be for her. And you know, she's really embedded herself in the culture, and she wants it just as much as anybody else. And, you know, they've played well in this first half, but they haven't done the most important thing, which is put the ball in the back of the net, and those chances, as I said, are adding up.
Fishlock with a run this time. Came off Milinkovic. Oh, that's a lovely pass in towards James. Trying to find Ingle, who was in a deep position. Wales still have it with Jones. Ingle lets it run to Rowe. Again, Wales caught out in possession. Banjagic. Recovery from Harry Jones. 2 minutes of added time. A huge team talk for Gemma Granger ahead if it indeed stays 0-0 at half-time.
Well, I feel like I'm repeating myself already, but just in terms, I think she'll just be reiterating just calmness in front of goal. You've created so many opportunities. Just slow yourself down, take that extra step if needed.
There are nerves, positives to take. Where's Michael Sheen? Get him in that changing room.
Oh wow, talk about goosebumps watching those videos.
Hodzic going to take her time here. Been in games like this where it's 0-0 and you feel that the ball isn't falling for you, you're not taking the chances. But that's hard, can't it, psychologically, just to plug away.
Yeah, but that's where you've got to be mentally strong there and trust yourself, especially in front of goal. Because when it is nervy like this and you can feel the tension of the crowd, they're not used to, the Wales players aren't used to having such a big crowd here that are willing them on. And you know, they're gasping when there's an opportunity, but that's when Wales need to just really focus and not panic. And as I said, you know, just that calmness, that take that extra step when needed.
Jones was fouled there by Spasiewicz. Referee wants Ingle to take it again. Is there one last chance in this first half? No, there isn't. Oh, it's tense, it's nervy. Gemma Granger has a huge team talk ahead of her. Kaylee Green, offside on a few occasions, but has come close. These Welsh fans have seen a very attacking, offensive-minded Welsh performance. Fishlock's come close, Holland's come close, and Hara James hit over the bar. But Bosnia have given as good as they've got. Could go either way. It's half-time. Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0. Cardiff City Stadium produces some very special international nights. Let's hope that tonight is one of those. In from Holland, Fishlock! What a great save! Here's Fishlock driving forward. Green surely finishes! Offside, won't count. Fishlock. They're all queuing up. James! Just for a moment, you thought that Wales had found the breakthrough.
Well, this crowd, despite having quite a bit to get excited about during that first 45 minutes, are maybe starting to feel the nerves. 0-0 at half-time. There have been plenty of chances for both sides, actually. But still, there's nothing to separate those two teams. Are we going to start talking penalties soon? We'll leave it for a moment. Nia, end-to-end stuff, fair play. Bosnia have not come here to park that bus.
No, I think massive credit to them. They're playing with a high line. They're leaving a bit of space in behind for Wales that excited us in the first 10 minutes, but actually they've dealt with things well. They've pressed aggressively when they've needed to. They've won a couple of dangerous-looking corners. Wales are looking a little bit ropey in their defensive work on those set pieces. I think all credit to them coming here and giving it everything, but Wales, I do think they've been on top. They started tremendously well. First 10 minutes, they were pressing aggressively, players in advanced positions all over the pitch. But when they've had those moments where they can actually just slot it in, just a little bit tense, a little bit more composure needed. It's gone straight at Hodzic in the goal, and she's coped well so far, kept Bosnia in it.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, will that changing room be quite frustrated at the moment because they've had the better of the opportunities, but still 0-0?
Of course they're going to be frustrated. At times in the game, there's been 2 or 3 players queuing up to put the ball into the back of the net, but this is about their mentality now. it's not time to panic. There's 45 minutes left, but we don't want to get to the 75 mark and we still haven't scored a goal when we've missed all these chances. So it's about staying composed in front of goal and just really taking these opportunities.
There have been quite a few of them as well. Let's have a look at them, because after 6 minutes, actually, Wales could have had the lead.
Yeah, and as we can see, look at these floods of red shirts just flooding the box. Fishlock comes straight to her. She does what she can with it. It comes at her at pace here. She just gets her on target again. Kerry Holland, tremendous ball in from Kerry Jones from the left-hand side. A drive from Rachel Rowe. How many times have we seen them ripple the back of the net, but straight at Hodzic. The follow-up here is an even better save from Kerry Holland. I think she can probably go across the keeper there instead of straight at her. That was a lovely touch from Kaylee Green. When they played it first time round the corner, Wales, they've looked really dangerous because they have those runners in behind when they time the run well. Now here's Sophie Ingle. She is going to be key for Wales here to not force the ball. With players in such advanced positions here, we see Sophie Ingle has been in acres of space on the edge of the box. The only player in that first half to actually show a bit of composure was Jess Fishlock in that clip there. She slowed the play down, she picked her head up, she picked out a teammate, and I think Harrick James is just leaning back and probably should do better than clipping the bar.
What about Bosnia then? Because they have also had a few chances, not as many as Wales, but they've been in this game.
Yeah, I think we expected them to sit behind the ball and, you know, try and hit Wales on the counter, but what a tremendous save there from Laura O'Sullivan. It's kind of been a half of the two keepers. But, you know, I've probably underestimated Bosnia and what we expected from them, but Wales need to stay defensively solid because we've seen when they have opportunities they can punish us.
I think massive credit to O'Sullivan here. She hasn't had a lot to do, not just today, but actually in the past 3 or 4 games for Wales. She's the only player in that starting lineup who's not playing top flight football. She's still playing for Cardiff City Ladies. The moment Wales needed her in that first half, that is a world-class save with her right foot.
Right then, the big question, how do Wales then get that goal? What needs to change in that second half?
I think we just need to get back doing what we're good at. When we utilise Sophie Ingle, she can break those lines, she can bring players into play, and it's about doing it a lot quicker. And it's getting players higher up the pitch, because when we see Sophie Ingle on the ball, her first thought is to go forward with the ball, and it's that rotation of players in midfield, allowing Kaylee Green to drop in deep, and then you have players like Jessica Fishlock and Anne Harrod to make runs beyond her.
What they started to do towards the end of that second half, Wales, was force the pass. We saw Ladd on the ball a lot, we saw Gemma Evans on the ball a lot, and they were feeling like they were the ones who should have been finding the incisive passes. I think Jamie Carragher says it. Give the balls to your better players. Paul Scholes said it midweek. Give the ball to your better players. Our better players are those 3 musketeers in midfield. Ingle, Fishlock and James. They're the ones who are going to unlock this defence. They don't need to force the ball, Wales. Just get those key players on the ball and they will find the incisive pass for us.
OK then, hopefully they're listening, maybe in that changing room. We'll find out very soon. Right then, that's how we see things here in the studio. What about Laura, who's with Hannah Kane?
Thanks, Catherine. Yeah, Hannah's with me. She's still smiling, but you were nervous before the game, so how do you feel now?
I'm actually not too bad. Like, we've created a lot of chances. It's just about putting one away now. All it takes is one. It's come in. We had one offside that was ruled out. I think it was quite close. And yeah, like the girls said, we need to give it to players like Jess and Carrie and Kerry. They're all getting chances, Kay as well. It's just going to take one. We just need to stay composed and it'll come.
As you say, a lot of chances.
Yeah.
It's hard on the sideline to be patient, but how hard is it to be patient on the pitch?
Even harder. This game, I was saying to the guys, reminds me a lot of my debut against Estonia. They're quite a hard team to break down in terms of they just defend. So I think we need to be careful about them on the counter because they're countering quite quick. That's clearly the game plan. But yeah, we just need to be patient. Like I say, we only need one goal to win. So.
A huge save early on from Laura O'Sullivan.
Yeah.
She'll take confidence from that, but it does show that Bosnia pose a threat, doesn't it?
Massively. You can't underestimate any team. Sometimes the teams that you are expected to win are the hardest ones to play against, mainly because they just defend. But you only need one chance in a game to score a goal, so we need to bear that in mind. And yeah, Laura's done amazing to save that. It's an absolute outstanding save.
I've seen you've been up and down like a yo-yo. You just want to get back out there. How's the recovery going?
Yeah, it's going really good. Unfortunately, this camp came a little bit too soon for me, which is obviously gutting. I'd do anything to be out there with the girls tonight, but hopefully they get the wins and next camp I shall be on it. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Jess Fishlock, she's back from her hamstring injury that kept her out the last 2 games. How much of a boost is it to have her back?
Massive. Everybody knows it. Everybody comes to watch Jess play. They come to watch everyone play, but when Jess is on the pitch, she just electrifies it. And every time she touches the ball, she just oozes class and quality. And you know that when she gets on the ball, something's going to happen. So, yeah.
Hannah, thank you. Jess Fishlock, you're right. She oozes class. She oozes quality. She's just won the NWSL title with her club side. It's been quite the week for Wales's most capped player, and she's been speaking to BBC Sport Wales's Tom Brown.
Fishlock is available, breaks through. Fishlock servicing a ball, so beautiful!
Well, Jess, a big week and one big win for you already. Tell me about what it was like to take the Shield over in the NWSL over the weekend and how it sets you up for potentially a huge week of your career.
Yeah, I know. The last couple of weeks actually have been kind of a bit of a whirlwind. Obviously, it only seemed like yesterday we were here for the last qualifiers. But this week, like you said, has been great start, great win for the Rain, and to come away with the league is it's big, you know, it's special.
Incredible job by this team.
But also we won, and then I was leaving the next morning to come and kind of get ready for these games. So you know, you enjoy it obviously, but you have to quickly switch hats because we have, you know, huge games here too. So right now it's just big game after big game, but you know, we wouldn't have it any other way.
She is such an influence, isn't she? This crowd love having her back on the pitch. And Katie, we can see actually how much we missed her in the last two games. She has been at the forefront of everything Wales have done well this evening.
Yeah, and you know, she's starting to get a little bit frustrated because she's not getting the quality that she deserves, and she needs the ball to her feet, and when she can turn and run at the defender and see what's in front of her, that's when the magic happens. But I'd like to see her on the ball more in the second half.
Absolutely, like Katie said before the game, she's a winner. She's won championships and trophies in Europe, Australia, Holland, everywhere, United States now as well. She's like a wasp. She's everywhere.
Is that a good thing?
It's a good thing. You don't want to play against a wasp, and when she's ready to sting, she will sting. She's trying to galvanise the guys. She'll grab the game by the scruff of the neck. She's the one player on this pitch who can do it. And she's the one making these little runs, clever runs around the corner. There's no such thing as a dead ball to Jess Fishlock. You can't take your eyes off her. And like Gwennan said in commentary, she makes these runs and it makes the defenders have to make a decision. She'll either get the ball or actually she's drawing defenders out of position so that one of her teammates can get the ball. If someone's going to drag Wales through this fixture, it's Fishlock.
I love it. Fishlock the Wasp. Right then, let's have a little look at the results, or, well, the latest from the other two playoffs that are happening this evening. Portugal are winners against Belgium, 2-1 up. It is goalless between Scotland and Austria. And those results, well, they do have an impact on Wales. Now, these playoffs, they are very, very complicated, to say the least. So I'm going to pass the buck here, and I'm going to let Laura do the explaining.
Thank goodness she didn't come through.
For Wales to make it to New Zealand and Australia next year, listen up, it's a little complicated. The 9 runners-up from the groups in qualifying have been ranked. The top 3 have gone straight into the playoff final. The other 6, well, they must play a semi-final first. Both ties are just one leg with extra time and penalties if needed. After the 3 finals, we'll be left with 3 winners who will then be ranked based on both their qualifying and playoff final performances. 3 points for a win, but just 1 if it's through a penalty shootout. The top 2 nations will go through to the World Cup. The third team, though, will have to go to the Inter-Confederation playoffs in Australia and New Zealand, along with 9 other countries for the final 3 places at the tournament. If Wales end up in this competition at the turn of the year, well, they'll be top seeds and will only have to play 1 more match to reach the World Cup. But there is a scenario where Gemma Granger's side could clinch a first ever place at a major tournament with victory in the playoff final. Wales will go through with a win in Switzerland if it's by at least a 2-goal margin, and either Portugal or Scotland also win a playoff final, but do so via a penalty shootout. Simple as that.
I told you it was simple. Everybody understand now? Good.
It's like GCSE maths question, isn't it? And I don't know the answer.
Right, all you need to know for this evening is that it's a good thing that Portugal have won. Excellent. And Wales need to win this evening if they're going to face Switzerland next Tuesday. But on a serious note, it is pretty complicated, and it doesn't like to happen like this with the men, does it?
It's really complicated. I'm already lost for what Laura's just explained. We just need to win tonight. We need to win tonight, then look ahead to Tuesday night. But we just need a goal. We need to stay resolute at the back, and we just need to be calm and composed in front of goal, because the chances are there. We just need to find the back of the net.
And I'll tell you what, whoever goes through tonight, whether it's Bosnia or Wales, it's a huge step up for that second tie away to Switzerland. They had a fantastic qualifying campaign, just missed out on top spot. They only lost one game to Italy, beat them in the other tie, scored 44 goals and only conceded 4. So if Wales get through this tonight, it's a step up again on Tuesday.
I just want to head to commentary and hear from Gwenan. And we've heard about the bench. Gemma Granger doesn't tend to use her substitutes. Do you think there's anybody there that could give us that extra nudge, if you like, in that second half and get us that goal?
Oh, certainly. There's a load of players that you could call upon. You know, I mentioned about Lily Wood in terms of a bit more balance to the side, being a left footer. She's made a good impact when she's come on before. Fionn Morgan's got good pace. Elise Hughes has been playing really well and scoring as well for her club side. And then you've always got someone like Helen Ward, who definitely knows how to find the back of the net. Players, I feel like Josie Green, has maybe got the game time she's deserved as well, maybe a little bit lower down the pitch, but plenty of attacking options to call upon.
Gwenan, thank you very much. Well, the team, they're coming back out. A huge 45 minutes for Wales. They need a goal. Where is it going to come from? Let's rejoin Gwenan and Simon.
Thank you, Kat. Thank you to Laura as well for explaining the playoff scenario. It is an absolute nightmare. I think we're still scratching our heads.
Well, we've been trying to work it out since the very beginning, and we're nearing it. It's taken a long time, but you know, the simple thing is Wales just need to win this evening and then move on and deal with the rest.
Yeah, that is the simple thing, isn't it? Get the victory tonight. They know that they'll face Switzerland, and they'll take a step closer towards next year's World Cup. What will Gemma Granger have said to her players at half-time, do you think?
Just more of the same in terms of, you know, creating opportunities, creating those overloads, utilising the wide areas, good movements off each other. But you have to be a little bit calmer in front of goal. I think at times at the back as well, Wales have been a little bit sloppy, so they need to just be a little tidier in possession, a little quicker in possession as well.
Just a reminder, there will be extra time and penalties if needed. Wales have given the ball away very early in this second half. Petnjevic looking for the run of Gavric up against Holland. Good play from Gavric. Cross in towards Gachanica, and there was an offside flag anyway, or maybe a high boot, but either way it's a Wales free kick.
Oh, that was an audacious attempt there. If she'd have scored from there, that would have been a contender for goal of the season. But Wales just losing possession, as I said, a bit sloppy at the back again. And sometimes that lack of balance by having a right-footed left back in Rachel Rowe, it can be a problem because she's always trying to cut inside. She actually has got a really good left foot, maybe just needs to trust herself a little bit more.
Will it reach Rowe? Sliding tackle there by Sabanya Gajic. Rowe giving the ball away. Wales guilty of that a few times in that first half, and there are gaps to exploit. Sabanigic, but it was a poor cross in the end, easy for Hayley Ladd, but another warning sign for Wales with that Bosnian counter-attack.
Yeah, and again coming from just being sloppy in possession, and then for me, just the work rate to get back. We've seen originally Rachel Rowe when she loses possession, she doesn't react quick enough to get back to cover herself. Gemma Evans is dragged across, and then Hayley Ladd once again reading the play well. And it was a poor cross, but she's so clever in those situations, Hayley Ladd.
Sliskovic has beaten Rowe and has got time to put in the ball towards Gachanica. And I have to say, Bosnia and Herzegovina have started this second half well. Yeah, much like Wales did in the first.
They'll take a lot of confidence from getting in behind twice there down their right-hand side. Good play once again from Alexic. She had a good first half. But just warning signs for Wales, and this is the importance. When you're playing international football, you don't get many opportunities normally. You know, Wales have had bucket loads this evening already, but when you play higher nations, you won't get those amount of opportunities, and you have to take them.
Holland tackling Pixic, giving away the throw. Probably Wales's most potent attacking play, you could argue, in that first half. Hit the post, a few good opportunities. She's again trying to find Ingle. Tackling on Gavric. Well, Wales can scrap as well as they can pass. Ingle.
She's a bit too narrow then, Simon. When Ingle picked up the ball, Carrie Jones is the, you know, the left forward, and she's trying to make the run inside. And she's literally in line with the front post, and there's nobody then, Rachel Rowe, nobody making the run and using space. So that's easy for Bosnia to defend against, because everything's really narrow right in front of them. They can defend in numbers and crowd spaces out well.
Evans. There's a tension inside the Cardiff City Stadium. As Bosnia get forward again, Alexic releasing Spasjevic. Nitska by Rowe, only as far as Alexic. Wales have just got to get organised again here, regroup. And Ingle has given it away. How many times do we say that? Not often. Well, there's just an anxiety that they've got to get rid of here.
Yeah, and Wales really need to settle down. They need to use their experience now to just ride out. Every team will have a little bit of, you know, momentum, peaks and troughs in games where they're on the end of maybe the other team, as we've seen at the moment, Bosnia, Insurgents. Wales just have to use their experience to ride that out. Keep possession of the ball, move the ball, you know, make the Bosnians work hard out of possession, tire them out and try and find gaps. At the minute we're just panicking, sloppy, giving the ball away. We can't keep hold of the ball, and it's hard then to defend against constantly.
James with a first-time ball for Jones to chase. Tremendous catching up there by Sabanagic. Certainly won that foot race.
Just like to see Carrie Jones just start wider, and then she can make that run from out to in. Sometimes she comes a little bit too narrow, doesn't give herself then the option to run into it, and that pass is hard. You know, someone of the quality of Ingle is capable of trying to, you know, thread it through, but you just give yourself a starting chance by starting wider.
Good cushion header from Green to Jones. Couldn't find Fishlock. Breaking forward again was the attempted ball to Gajanitska. Wales starting to pick up the pace here. Tough challenge on. Gemma Evans. Ingle. It was a lofted pass for Green. Nothing wrong with mixing things up, and Sophie Ingle could do that. I wonder if it's one of those rare opportunities or rare times that Gemma Granger will look to her bench. As Catherine asked you just before the second half, Gwenan, and the likes of Helen Ward, when you need a goal.
Yeah, definitely. You know, she's so proven at this level. Tell you one player that is very disappointed that isn't in, as we heard from her at half-time, is Hannah Kane. She's got experience of playing it in big games at youth levels. She's played with actually European winners from England, the Ella Toons and the Georgia Stanway, so she's in the same teams as them in the under-17s England World Cups. But Wales have got plenty of players, as I said, they can call upon. Lily Woodham, Josie Green, Helen Ward, Fionn Morgan.
First time ball from James to Green. His only instinct is to go for goal. Fishlock trying to set up James. Wales need to keep this momentum up. Ingle giving it away by Alexic. Here's Sliskovic. Tremendous sliding tackle, tremendous commitment from Carrie Jones. And it's Fishlock. Got options. Green on the back post. Maybe a bit more pace was needed, but Wales still have it.
Again, just that decision making in the final third and the quality in the final third. As you mentioned, a bit more pace to get it to the back post, or change the angle on the the cross. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot this evening in terms of in the final third. Great player initially, the determination, the perseverance from Carrie Jones, and the technique for that hook of a tackle.
Fishlock. Milinkovic getting a foot in. Ricochets off Holland, and it goes out for a goal kick to the visitors.
That's just a superb tackle by Carrie Jones, just the way she uses her body and then comes with the near side leg, to hook it around and then straight up, as she always is. Can she get forward?
It was the type of tackle that you would see from this player, Jess Fishlock.
Yeah, I just felt like if she pulled that back to Carrie Jones, then she was coming on to the ball. Again, as I said, just those moments, those decision making, that quality.
Ladd happy to use O'Sullivan. First time ball to Rowe. Nice pass to Green, almost linking up with James. Bosnia through the middle, it's an easy ball. Oh, it's gone almost in from Ladd. Well, I know Hayley Ladd is laid back, but my goodness. Bit of a defensive mix-up between defender and goalkeeper, but no harm done eventually. Here's Holland. To the byline. Jones! Just trying to hook it back in. Well, this game is on a knife edge. Fishlock. A bit too heavy for Anhara James, but a real heart-in-mouth moment for Wales and for Hayley Ladd.
Oh wow, yeah, it certainly was. I think there's maybe a miscommunication between herself and Laura O'Sullivan, just unaware of where Gacinic was. And obviously the bounce off the surface as well. Well, she's been in that position a couple of times actually, where she's one-on-one against Gacinic. She's played well. She's tried to pull herself onto the centre. She's playing in between them, which is difficult. But then at times when she knows the ball's going to certain areas, she'll pull herself over because she's got that height advantage over Hayley Ladd.
Holland, supported by Roberts. Here's Anhara James. Oh, poor pass, and James apologises for it.
It's just forcing the pass there, Simon. Actually Anhara James had the time to actually turn and face up and maybe just thread a through ball.
Half-time between Scotland and Austria, and it's goalless. And it's more favourable for Wales if Scotland win that game. As things stand, if Wales do win this game and win in Switzerland, it would be more likely they would go into that mini-tournament next February. But let's concentrate on this game first, because I'll tell you what, Wales have at times rode their luck, but on the other hand, you scratch your head as to how they haven't scored. Aaron Roberts. Now, space for Holland. Lots of space. Takes on the defender, looking for Green. Behind by Milinkovic.
she's been a stand-up performer, Zucchini Milinkovic. She's dealt with everything in the air so far. Dealt with the movements of Kaylee Green. But pleasing to see the numbers of Wales players getting in the box there and in the right areas, the front post, the far post.
The fans getting behind this Welsh team, getting behind James and Fishlock, who prepared to take this corner kick. A goal would really lift the noise level further. Rowe with the first time cross, looking for Green. Evans was in there too. Back in from Ladd. And away by Milinkovic. Bosnia doing very well to actually keep the ball away, and Kanitska winning the free kick.
Just a clever pull by Gemma Evans. She's just pulling the shirt here. She's trying to turn around.
No further punishment for Gemma Evans. And it's the captain, Hasan Begovic. He launches it forward, looking for Sabanagic. Jones. Kelly Green has gone to ground. No foul by Hasan Begovic, according to the Spanish ref. Engel couldn't get a foot in. And that's one for Laura O'Sullivan to just guide out for a goal kick.
Yeah,
well, we're tense.
Sorry, Simon. She's been vital as well. Alexic for Bosnia, just really good in a defensive area, just playing in front of the back four there, tracking the runs of players. But she's joined in really well as well, and picking up positions in advanced areas.
Rose giving the ball away, and the attack is on. Gajanitska, well read by Evans. Did well to get distance on the clearance, only as far as Sliskovic. But Rachel Rowe remains down here, and the referee will stop the play. Well, we're tense up here. I wonder how those 15,000 Wales fans are feeling, and how Gemma Granger is feeling as well. This was the Rowe injury.
She gets the ball, but she just comes through the player. Just saying again about the balance of just coming back into midfield, because sometimes I think she bangs her head actually as well when she goes down. She's on the follow through, yeah, the head.
Well, she's back on her feet, thankfully. Hasan Begovic, quick pass, eventually reaching Sliskovic, or not quite. Let's bring in Nia Jones. Nia, Gemma Granger, well, she doesn't always opt to bring on substitutes in recent games, but will she have to tonight, do you think?
No, hardly ever, really, and I think the fact that Natasha Harding's not involved tonight, usually the go-to change is Carrie Jones, who's obviously involved from the start tonight, so actually, we believe there's plenty of quality and game changes on that bench. If you want pace and direct play and crosses coming from wide, you've got Fionn Morgan, you've got Megan Wynne, you've got Lily Woodham, who can offer you that in abundance. Or actually, like Gwennan Harris has mentioned, Helen Ward, she's got 44 international goals. That's not a nice figure to be sitting on. She will want number 45, and actually some of these efforts that have been coming in to Hodzic, the keeper, she's been spilling them, and she's been dropping them. There's been rebounds straight off her glove. So actually, the one fox in the box is sat on the bench there, Helen Ward of Watford. I think the longer this goes on, the more Granger might look to her talisman in the box.
Yeah, I think you might be right, Nia. Gajanitska looking for Samangic, and it's one for O'Sullivan to clear away. Carrie Jones. Well, it's worked out well because Katie Green is away. Takes on one, takes on another. It's Holland. Crossing towards Fishlock. Well, was she caught in two minds? She had the option of James as well, who had made the short run. heavy pass towards James on this occasion. Again, and we don't want to sound like a broken record, it is just that final bit, Gwenan.
Yeah, and the decision making again. Some good play once again from Carrie Jones and in defensive work, winning the ball back and setting Kaylee Green free. She gets past Milinkovic, I think it was this time, with ease, but then she seems to be going across the pitch. So she passes it to Kerry Holland. But actually, I'd like to see her drive up the defender, just commit the defender earlier to be able to then, you know, release Hara James, Jess Fishlock and Kerry Holland that were in support.
Rowe was an excellent first touch, and it's one for Kaylee Green to chase. Sambegovic taking a touch and a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge from Green, who's penalised. I don't think there was too much wrong with that.
Well, pleasing to see actually Kaylee Green stay on her feet, because I think in most games you know, we all know that when she started playing she was a defender, and she loves the physical side of the game. I think she probably in previous games would have actually slid in there, but just that discipline now, learning from previous experiences, just to stay on her feet.
Rowe backpedaling, cushioned header towards Ingle. Brought down by Spasjevic. It's Pixic. Holland. Looking for that crossfield ball towards Green. Ingle calms things down as James looks for Holland again. Up against Gavrich. She fouled by Gavrich. Fishlock looking for Green. One-on-one with the keeper. This is the moment. Offside. It wasn't the moment. Well, that's been the story of the game so far. Just that extra yard has let Kaylee Green down.
That's not the first time, unfortunately, I'm going to say that Kaylee Green's been offside. Again, you're looking across the line. I think this one's tighter than most of the other ones, but you're looking across the line, so you have to run across first before you make the move forward. It just goes too early then. She's got so much space to run into as well, so don't need to.
Well, the focus on the referee. I thought for a moment there may have been a VAR check.
I think it's, for me, that looks like it's offside. We need to see it again. Yeah.
Well, it did go upstairs and no goal. This Welsh crowd not happy. Green chasing down Hodzic. James's header. Fishlock. Well, Holland is onside. It was Kaylee Green who wasn't interfering with play, so Holland was onside. It's been a real battle. Expected to be easy. Fishlock. Green. Got the option of Jones. Here is Jones. Looking for Fishlock. Headed away by Alexic. Calmly done, in fairness, by the visitors, who've been just as composed in defence as Wales have been at times. If only our viewers could see the expression of Gwen and Harris right now.
I'm turning grey overnight, I think.
Rowe. And still Gemma Granger resisting the temptation, it seems, to go into the bench, and I think her Bosnian counterpart, Samira Huram, is going to bring on a sub. Wales throw, no foul on Fishlock. Jones. In towards James. Fishlock. Tries the step over. That is a decent cross towards Holland. Could fall the green. Oh, it just won't fall for Wales. Still, they have it with Roberts. Wales have come so close on so many occasions. And it does seem as though Bosnia are about to make a double change here. Foul on Rowe, and that is the first yellow card. And Rachel Rowe's got to be careful here. It's a shove on Savanovic, and it's a yellow card for Rachel Rowe. Well, you can have passion, but important games like these, you don't want to give away needless yellow cards.
I know, I mean, you can understand the feeling the need for reaction, because that is such a late tackle, and that's the second one on her. However, it's your 50th cap this evening. You're experienced enough to know, especially in a game this big, do not react. Keep your discipline.
Savanovic booked. Rachel Rowe also receiving a yellow card, but will take this free kick. And Bosnia want to make these changes, but the free kick will be taken first. Flicked on by Evans. Inches again. Wales just haven't had that break. Lovely ball from Rowe to Roberts. Needs help. Does well to get the cross in. Good play from Ladd. Wales have got up the tempo here, Gwennan.
Yeah, they need something. They have shifted the momentum. You know, we've seen Bosnia start well in the second half. You know, Wales in the last 15 minutes have got back on top.
Well, here come the changes. Milan Jeljic coming on. And Merijema Medic also coming on. So 2 changes. Well, there's another in fact. Sorry, it's Medic. And for Kapetjevic. So just the 2 changes, but it is Rachel Rowe. Surging ball towards that back post. Ingle has gone out wide. Well, are we destined for extra time and penalties?
Oh, don't say that, Simon. I think with those substitutions, I'd be interested to see the shape of the Bosnians, but you know, Jeljic, she's a good player, she's got 2 in the campaign. Bosnia's best, most attacking forward actually isn't available. She's injured for this camp. Wales have been lucky in that aspect.
Jones just thrashed at it. Wanted to drive it across the face of goal. And anxious looking Gemma Granger having a quick word with the 4th official about something here, but this was Jones's cross.
Yeah, she's got space to drive into. Well, to start with, maybe. She needs that quality again on the delivery. I just find sometimes at times Wales are predictable. You know what pass is coming next. She needs to be a little bit more creativity for me in the final third as well.
Fishlock. Jones. Fishlock. Well, you can forgive her that. Such a driving force for Wales. And by her very high standards, she'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, but better actually. I love seeing Jess Fisher pick up the ball in those areas between the midfield and the defensive line and drive up defences. She's so hard to get off the ball. She's so strong.
Well, we're bringing Katie Sherwood in a moment. As Bosnia to launch another goal kick, and it's Kocic, but it's brought down by Holland, loose pass to Ingle. Jones. Good tackle from Rowe. Ingle, who's got space, spots Green. Again, that touch letting it down. Well, there's some tired legs out there. They've worked hard, Wales, which does suggest, pose the question, should Gemma Granger really look to her bench now?
Oh, certainly. For me, I think she should have looked to her bench 15-20 minutes ago, to be totally honest. You know, it's not seeming to work. You know, you've got half opportunities in the second half. You haven't created a carved open, clear-cut opportunities like first half, so something needs to change.
And there we see Zierra King of OL Reign. No doubt cheering on their teammate and partner Jess Fishlock. On a wave to the camera as well. It's as if we planned all these shots. Out towards Holland. Well, has she got the beating of Gavric? It's been a real battle on that Welsh right. Holland has run her socks off. Gemma Granger, deep conversation there with Matty Jones. I mean, this is a crucial stage of the game now. I mean, Nia said game changers. There are plenty of them on that bench, surely.
Yeah, we've just seen with the Bosnian changes now, they've actually changed shape a little bit. They've still got the four at the back, but...
Holland is away. Holland is away. Classy defending from Milinkovic, who has looked the part tonight.
Yeah, she's read the play really, really well. As she stepped in again.
Medic. Tremendous put in from Gemma Evans, and it needed to be.
Yeah, as I said, the Bosnians they've brought on.
Here's Fishlock. Green. Fishlock. To Ingle. Holland's delivery. Well, Wales being too intricate in and around that penalty area.
Yeah, I don't know why Sophie Ingle hasn't pulled the trigger there. We all know she can strike a ball so well with either foot. I think Fishlock was trying to create a bit of space, but again, well defended. They've been so physical, so commanding those one-on-one battles, to be fair, the Bosnian defence. And it's just, you know, it's laid off to her nicely here. I'd love to see her just strike there. I don't know why she's playing away. Maybe she will know.
Ingle. Fishlock. She's got options, uses Green. Jones running in. Again, you won't beat Hodzic from that sort of range. There weren't too many options in the penalty area, in fairness, for Kayleigh Green.
No, but again, we've gone to go wide, but then we haven't got enough bodies in the box for the cross, and I think the Bosnians are really, really happy, you know, with the crosses out wide. They've got two really commanding, tall centre-halves that are physical, really strong in the air. They've been really happy with, you know, being able to face and deal with those crosses. Wales, as I said, need to be more intricate and create in and around play, 1-2 touch, draw those players out of positions instead of trying to force crosses when there's no options in the box.
Ball from Rowe. And there we see a Welsh change on the horizon. Fia Morgan is getting ready to come on. Here's Jones trying the reverse pass into Fishlock. Does well to win the ball back. Well, some of those Welsh players out on their feet at the moment. Rowe drives it in. Rowe again. Nice play, Roberts. Ingle. Cross it towards Fishlock! Kayleigh Green! And Kelly Jones still has it. How close can Wales get without scoring? Well, it was Fishlock's outstretched leg. And here's Ingle again looking for another cross. Roberts. Well, that's lifted the crowd. Fishlock. Good footwork. James. Ingle. Into Roberts. James in the middle. Roberts again. And will it go out for the corner? Yes, it will. Wales getting closer.
Get better because Wales are playing little intricate passes around the corner, or someone like Fishlock is using their creativity to turn. This is the opportunity we saw with Sophie Ingle coming in. That's a brilliant ball towards the far post, and Fishlock is inches away from reaching it.
Again, Fishlock has gone short. But it's Anahara James standing over the ball in this final 12 minutes of the 90. James's cross. Too easy for the Bosnian defence, and Gavric. Rowe on the right this time. A bit too adventurous maybe. Bosnia break away. Ingle was almost late with her tackle, and it's a Welsh decision, and that will prompt changes from both teams. Theo Morgan, still after her first Wales goal, this her 20th cap. Well, we still wait for Theo Morgan to enter the fray. What would she bring to this Wales team, do you think, in this crucial stage now?
A lot of pace. She is lightning fast. She can play wide, she can play up front down the middle. And I think her pace will cause problems. She just needs to be strong, hold up the ball if it comes into her feet, bring other players into play.
And Rowe letting this one run out of play, and that will prompt the changes. Bosnia also going to make a change. Taslidze coming on, but Morgan replacing Carrie Jones, who is out on her feet, worked really hard. And worth mentioning that she is still 19 years of age. Gloria Sliskovic coming off for Taslidze. Well, a goal is going to win this. Just a solitary goal will win this. You get that feeling, whether that be in 90 or in extra time. First touch for Theo Morgan. She's kept it in, has she? It was a free kick, which Wales have to use to their advantage here, Gwenan. Confirmation of a crowd of 15,200. What is there left to say about that?
Oh, that's amazing. You know, as you said, the last game we played at Slovenia was so good to see. You know, the majority of the main stands packed, but to break it even further this evening was incredible, and hopefully, you know, this crowd will get the goal that they are so wanting.
James's cross towards Rhiannon Roberts. Came off a Bosnian player, corner kick. Wales will take anything. A shin, a toe, anything to find the back of the net. Have to give credit to this Bosnian side, who have not rolled over. We never expected them to, but they have given Wales a real battle. James with the corner, trying to find that near post. Rowe urged to shoot, Plays it back into the middle. Fia Morgan! Yes! The substitute! Offside. No, offside. Oh, what a shame. It was all written for Fia Morgan. And you can hear the disapproval from the Welsh fans.
Oh, well, I was jumping up and down as well. I think it's from this touch here. It's come off the. That's got to go to VAR, surely. That's come off the Bosnian player.
A Bosnian player, clearly.
Yeah, it's come off Milinkovic, and she was in line anyway. The importance of having VAR. When I told you in the past, big games have gone against us. Decisions in big games.
Well, all eyes now on the Spanish referee, who is referring upstairs. Well, Gwennan Harris's opinion is that it should be a goal. And they're taking a long look at it upstairs with the video match officials. No goal. Well, whether the offside decision was for the initial cross in, but it was clearly off a Bosnian player. And we're back to 0-0. It was at 0-0, but just for a moment, Gwennan, we thought that Fia Morgan had supplied a great finish. Rowe.
I'm flabbergasted at that. They must have used the lines somehow that we haven't seen, because for me she looked level.
Well, controversy perhaps here at the Cardiff City Stadium. Wales have got to put that out of their mind here. Roberts in towards Ingle. James towards Fishlock. Fishlock! Offside again! Would you believe it? How many times can this happen to Wales?
Now, I think this one is offside, if I'm honest. I'd like to see it again. I think it is tight, but just from... Yeah, she is offside there. I thought so, just looking at it back. It's the other one that I so want to see again, the Fia Morgan goal. But better play, quicker play from Wales. You know, there's gaps appearing and they're playing centrally instead of trying to force a play out wide constantly.
Well, that was the Fishlock incident. And the match officials have been busy because this is the one that was more contentious from Fia Morgan.
Do you know whose opinion I'd love to have at the minute? Yeah, it's clearly come off. I thought she was level anyway with Milinkovic.
And it was a fine finish for what it was worth. Now this is a better view, Gwennan.
Yeah, well, from that original, she's level to me. And then, it's game on from there. Yeah, I'd love to have the opinion of, former Welsh international, who would have loved to have played it in this game actually as a centre forward, and I'm pretty sure she would have taken a few of the chances as well. But now referee Shell Foster, because I'm flabbergasted at that decision. Obviously, we've had the others ruled off, correctly so.
Well, we always knew it would be a night of drama, and it's not over yet. And we're heading for extra time. Can you cope with extra time at home?
I can't cope here, Simon. I feel like I'm going to start to lose my voice.
Evans takes the touch, takes no risks. Kaylee Green playing it to James. Green through the middle. Holland. Uses Ladd. Evans pushing forward. So too Rowe. Just misread the run. She thought that Holland was going to get on the end of that one.
Well, it's been dramatic to say the least.
Well, Gemma Granger would have as part of her preparations, taking into account the possibility of extra time. No doubt she has penalty takers in mind as well.
Oh, let's not go that far, Simon.
Well, it's all about being meticulous in that preparation. Good play that from Hasanbegovic. Tremendous pairing at the back, you have to say, for Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Oh,
Hasanbegovic and Milinkovic.
Yeah, they've been really strong. As I said, you know, I was watching them warm up. They were organised in their shape, but they've won the 1v1 battles really well against Kaylee Green. And this evening, or anyone else that's come up against them, you know, they've been dominant in the air.
Ingle. They've struck her hand there. Wales got away with that. Lovely ball from Fisher to Green. Corner. Minute and a half to go. And getting the all-important touch there was Tazlitza. I think Jess Fishlock wants this one. No. Short one to James. Quickly taken. Rowe. It's there to be hit. Went through the crowd of players. Green struck by Holland. Well, it's pinball now. And Wales have still got to concentrate. Good play from Kerry Holland to win possession back. James leading the chase. Hasanbegovic says, "You shall not pass." Foul on Fishlock. Now Gwennon Harris. Free kick, 89th minute.
Yeah, it just needs a good delivery. On a couple of occasions, the corners. Maybe I haven't quite got past the first player. Rachel Rose actually pinched a couple of metres in as well. And just subtly taking it forward to give herself a better angle. She's to put it in now towards the back post for the Welsh players to attack.
A breathless game. Is there a breathless finish? And it goes towards Gemma Evans on that back post. And the question now will be how many additional minutes, and then we're into extra time.
One of
the problems as well, Simon, in front of goal, Wales have been snatching at things all evening. Well, obviously, the closer you get now, the more time's going on, the more Wales are going to feel that desperation, so they're going to snatch even further. Just needs a composure, actually, that Fia Morgan showed with her finish.
It was a tremendous finish as well. Just a misplaced piece of control there from Rhiannon Roberts. Well, that will be the talking point before we go into extra time. I'm sure that Fia Morgan goal that wasn't, and there have been a few of those this evening. Well, Gemma Granger has had an eventful campaign. It's been an exciting campaign. Think back to those two games against France where they really gave the French a good game, finishing second, getting into the playoffs, and maybe they should be in front and facing a trip to Switzerland. But that's football for you.
Let's not forget that French team actually reached the semi-finals of the European Championship this summer. So to lose by 2-1 and 2-0, and that was a late goal as well, that second goal away. It just shows how far Wales have improved.
Ladd out towards Morgan. And there is that lightning pace that you talked about, Gwennan.
Yeah,
there
but
is the silky defender from Milinkovic, sorry.
Yeah, once again, you know, Milinkovic covering across so well. She's maintained that distance between herself and the left back really well all evening. She's just covered in space. And as a defender, sometimes you've got to, the same as when you're a forward, you know, you've got to gamble, you've got to always think that the player that's going for the ball is going to miss it. But you do the same defensively, you're pessimistic just in case you're in the right areas.
for the physicality of Kaylee Green, and she wears her heart on her sleeve. More pride than a Michael Sheen speech. Hasanbegovic with the long ball, trapped by Evans. Green, again not getting round Hasanbegovic. Gavric up against Morgan. Roberts gets a foot in. That will be a free kick. And Wales want to take it quickly, and I think the referee will stop them from doing so. And it is a yellow card for Gavric. There's only one place this has got to go, Gwenan.
Yeah, and it has to be a good delivery again towards that back post, because the Bosnians have maintained a pretty high defensive line. Just put it in an area where the Welsh players can run onto and can attack.
James drives it across towards Green. Evans finding Fishlock, back to Evans, who lets it go out for a corner kick. Still, there's a chance for Wales to win it in normal time, in additional time, without the need for extra time. Well, James taking her time to deliver this. James not happy that the player isn't 10 yards. It's James's corner. Morgan goes up for the header. Well, you have to give credit to Hodzic there, surrounded by Welsh players, and we are heading for extra time. Gemma Granger has the most serious of expressions, and you can't blame her. She thought, like we all thought, that Fia Morgan had won it. It was a tremendous finish for what it was worth, but the offside flag went up, as it did for Fishlock. And as we approach extra time, we are still waiting for the all-important breakthrough. I'm not sure if Gwenan can cope with this. It's Wales 0, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Gwenan can't cope with it. Can anybody? If you were expecting an early night this evening, well, it's not going to happen. Extra time, and Nia, that look on your face, you've been screaming here pitchside. It is nervy stuff.
It is, and it's a school night. I was not prepared for this, but you know what? The crowd here are getting their money's worth. It is a really good tie. Two teams who are going hell for leather, trying to get to the next stage of this qualification campaign. Wales will be looking back at that first half and really ruin those missed opportunities that were on a plate for them, let's be honest, that did go straight at the goalkeeper. I mean, they're pushing and pushing towards the end there. There's loads of good deliveries coming in from Wales, but nobody getting across the keeper, nobody getting across the front post. Fionn Morgan, as we've said, could be a game changer, proved our point when she came on. A couple of controversial offside decisions.
Which we'll get to.
We will, but we think there's an explanation for them, Katrin.
Well, yeah, it's been a half with so many opportunities for Wales, and maybe getting slightly frustrated as time was moving on.
Yeah, and I think that's the best way to sum up this game. It's been really frustrated. We've had moments of excellence, and then we've given the ball away, and we've been ball away, and it's that constant transition then from attack to defence, and that's why we're so shattered, because we're getting up the pitch and then a sloppy pass, we're having to work back, and then Bosnia have been getting back into the game. But we have grown into the game the last 20 minutes, and we've seen the opportunities that we can create. We've just got to come alive more in the box.
Wales have been caught offside so many times, and one controversial decision possibly. Fionn Morgan, we thought she'd scored. Flabbergasted, Gwenan was in commentary, but you seem to have an explanation possibly, Nia.
Yeah, as it comes out here to Rachel Rowe, we highlight Rhiannon Roberts, so don't look at Fionn Morgan because she is onside. Milinkovic is playing her on, but Rhiannon Roberts comes from what we think is an offside position and goes to interfere with play. If she doesn't do that, maybe Milinkovic, the number 6, who's had a superb game, by the way, gets a better clearance on that ball. So that's the only explanation we could give for that, because Fionn Morgan is onside, and what a finish it was.
We've got another half hour in front of us. There are some tired bodies out there now.
This is where you have to look at your depth that you have. We still have substitutions that we can make. And this is where Gemma Granger, she has to make those decisions. We still have the likes of Helen Ward on the bench, you know, a prolific goal scorer who will come on and impact this team. Rachel Rowe is starting to look tired. You've got Lily Woodham on the bench who can come in and slot in for her. So that depth in the squad that we've been talking about this whole campaign, this is where it comes into play.
I also think it's a team full of professionals on that pitch now, and their conditioning should, on paper, be far superior to those of the Bosnians.
Here we go. We said the last 45 minutes was going to be massive. This next half hour is huge for Wales women. If they want to get to that World Cup, a goal has to come. But from where does it come, I wonder? A huge 30 minutes, as I said. Once again, strap yourselves in. And back we go to Gwenham and Simon.
Thank you, Catherine. By my calculations, Wales have netted 4 times this evening. None of them have been allowed, but forget what's happened in the past 90 minutes, Gwen and Harris. It's all about the next half hour.
Yeah, it's about regrouping now. You know, maintaining, you know, the positive ways of playing, just trying to find that killer edge in the final third.
Spasiewicz. The referee stopped the play here.
Just to go back to that offside, onside goal as well. I think, you know, Nia explained it really well there. I'm glad someone was a little bit calmer, maybe a little bit more composed herself, looking at the pictures back. But as well, I think if it's a deflected, if the defender is not in full control and it was deflected, which it seemed to be, that can be deemed as offside as well then, even though I thought she was actually playing level for Morgan. So it must have been the Rhiannon Roberts just challenging the defender.
Well, that's in the past, and Wales know that they can find the back of the net. I have to say, it was even for that fleeting second, it was a great moment to see the ball hit the back of the net from Fia Morgan. Ingle. Morgan has made the run. Morgan towards Green. Holland deflected. Claims of handball. Referee says corner.
A good pass through from Ingle. Just cutting the defensive line. Phil Morgan takes a good touch out of the field. Actually, the right option then to bring it back, pull it back down. But the Bosnians just throwing themselves. No, it's come off her thigh. The Bosnians throwing themselves then at the shots. Again, defending resolutely.
James again complaining that the player not 10 yards. Spasiewicz. And they'll have to take this corner kick again. I think the referee didn't feel that it was in the corner arc. Well, she does get a second attempt at it, and Harry James. In towards the side netting. I think she was looking for Kaylee Green in that 6-yard area.
Yeah, she's not actually been at her usual herself with the set pieces. 3 or 4 disappointing set pieces haven't got past the first player this evening. You just need to give your fellow players a chance, as I always say, to attack the ball, put it in the right areas, beat that near post.
Helen Ward. This is record goal scorer. Could enter the fray. Ingle pokes it forward. Fishlock, good spot. It's Kerry Holland. Gets lucky. And Ingle keeps it going. Roberts got the option of Morgan. First time cross, and it was a dangerous cross which Milinkovic only just put behind. It was one of those crosses that defenders hate.
Yeah, and I think that actually is what Wales need to do. If they are going to cross the ball, they actually need to try and slide it across the ground quickly, zip it across the front post, but Wales have to get those runners then, those forward runners coming across that front post. Because we've seen, you know, Hasanbegovic, Milinkovic defending really well, anything in the air.
It's Fishlock's corner this time. Not a bad delivery to Evans. Roberts. Evans taking it to the corner flag, does well to get in the cross towards Morgan. Rachel Rowe, managed to shoot by some of the fans. Could fall to Fishlock, spins favourably for Hodzic. But you have to say, as much credit as we give to the visiting side, Wales in that last 20 minutes of the 90 were really dominant and they've done everything but score. James. Rhiannon Roberts. James just denied by Milinkovic again. Gavric clears it to Spasiewicz. It's a slip from Milinkovic, which has let in Green.
It's offside, I think we've said that quite a few times this evening. But a rare mistake, actually. I know she slipped, but a rare mistake from Milinkovic. She's been one of the most outstanding players on the pitch for me. Played really, really well.
Plays her football in Sarajevo. Well, they're still enjoying it, if you can call it enjoyment. I think for some of the more older fans, they've seen it all before. Kind of Welsh ups and downs.
Oh, it wouldn't be Welsh football if it didn't make it hard viewing, would it?
Here's Green. I just don't want it to be one of those nights of Welsh heartbreak. Janitsa finds Spasiewicz. A rare touch for Laura O'Sullivan. Mentioned her name barely in the last half hour or so.
No, and that's a positive thing, obviously, from Wales, because Bosnia made their changes, brought on more attacking players, seem to be pushing players further forward, and Wales have weathered that storm.
Holland looking for Morgan. Another heavy pass.
Lovely idea from Kerry Holland, just drifting in, and Fio Morgan makes the run across, you know, from out to in really well, times the run brilliantly, just needs less on the pass there from Holland, but you know, better, you know, as I said at the end of the game there, just needs a little bit more creativity. Oh, Penny for her thoughts, because I know if I was the same as a forward, you know, being on the bench, just wanting to make, desperate to make your mark, have an opportunity. Frustration more than anything probably for her.
I think you made the point, didn't you, Brennan, in that first half in particular. The odd spilled ball, who else would you want in that penalty area than Helen Ward?
Yeah, exactly. Like, your game has changed over time. You know, you have to get a bit older. You know, and she plays more now. You know, the width of the penalty box. You won't see her making as many runs, maybe into the channel, because you want her in those central areas where she'll finish off opportunities.
Fishlock picks up the ball deep. Up against Alexic. Ingle gets a foot in. Poor clearance. Rowe. Backwards header spins out of Welsh possession, but here's Hayley Ladd. Seems a long time ago now when Ladd gave us that scare. Yeah. The header past O'Sullivan. It's been an epic battle. What a battle it's been.
Bosnians, to me, look like they've gone to 5 at the back now as well, so this is where Wales need to be patient. It's where we've actually struggled in the qualifying campaign, playing against or trying to break down a low block. Again, this is where you need those contrasted movements. You've got to play quick as well, limit the touches and link up well.
Rowe. In towards Green. I guess who's there? Yep, Milinkovic.
I'll be surprised there's a few clubs taking a look at her performance this evening.
Green. Bosnia and Herzegovina haven't been as adventurous in the latter stages of this game. I would think maybe that a penalty shootout would suit them. I don't know. It's difficult to say at this stage, Gwenan.
Oh, just the thought of penalties. The ball's still in.
Well, it's stopped on the flag, and Fia Morgan trying to win the corner kick. It's still in. Well, it's out for a Welsh throw at least. I mean, there will be 5 players in Gemma Granger's mind. I mean, surely they will have practiced penalties in training. We saw a penalty shootout in the Pinatar Cup, where a lot of the young players took spot kicks, and I don't think we'll be seeing that this time around when there's players like Ingle and Fishlock and Green and James. He's on the ball now. Morgan takes on Gavrich. That's what you want to see with a player of her pace.
Yeah, you want Fia Morgan in those positions 1v1, but actually is very good defending, just putting a body between the player and the ball. Just at times when Wales do play forward at the moment, so the ball in from Sophie Ingle to Anha James, she needs more options around her, she needs more movement around her. She said when you're playing up against that low block, you have to have contrasting movements, because otherwise everything's in front of the Bosnian defence. They're happy at that, it's easy for them. You know, they stay and they're well organised in that structured position. You need, you know, the penetrative pass came in originally from Ingle, but then you need, you know, the link up, the combinations to go with that.
Holland. He's got Rowe with her. Rowe heads to the byline, wins the corner. Even at this late stage, there's enough in the tank for Rachel Rowe to make those driving runs. And it's Fishlock who will take the corner this time. Lots of pushing and shoving in that penalty area, which the referee is keeping an eye on. Fishlock's corner. Holland's free here. Well, a needless dive. Hodzic, the goalkeeper.
One for the cameras, that one, Simon.
What's she thinking, do you think?
Come on, get a goal. No. I think she's just been looking maybe to bring other players on. I can't see. Well, it's been Josie Green and Elise Hughes warming up for a long time now. Just how can she affect that play, create more chances? Wales have definitely been, you know, the only side that's threatened, especially in this first half of extra time.
Holland, the umpteenth time, taking on Taslinsa as well. Get the ball to Kaczynska. Well, this is where fitness comes into play as well. Players are out on their feet.
Yeah, but as you know, as Nia mentioned actually just after the game, got full professionals here on the Welsh side. There's not as many on the Bosnian side, and that, you know, conditioning, that training should come into effect. We've seen obviously the Bosnians drop deeper and deeper now onto that 5 back. Obviously they are tired as well. If Wales do win this evening, fatigue before the big game on Tuesday night against Switzerland.
Well, that is the thing. There's another game against world-class opposition potentially around the corner.
Swiss are a good team. You know, reached the European Championship finals this summer. Got some standout players. When you think of people like Volti, Bachmann.
That game in Zurich, should it go ahead, will be brought to you on BBC Wales Television. Rowe. Not long now until half-time of extra time. Ladd. Roberts tries the through ball to Fishlock. Milinkovic there again. From Roberts. Free kick. there's a bit of cramp, I think, for Spasiewicz. A good tenacity from Rhiannon Roberts.
Just reads the play well there to come around from the other side. She's actually tripped as she goes past as well. Yeah, just after the ball watch, she's just tripped. That should be a booking. Maybe she was just using this opportunity to waste time, so that obviously waste time as well, but waste time so she doesn't get the booking, because that was a blatant yellow card.
Well, it's a school night, isn't it? And they're still here. The young, passionate fans of the Red Wall from all over Wales. Merthyr, from north, mid, south, east and west Wales.
Yeah, there's some late coaches returning back. As I said, over 70 schools come here, and I think there's over 60 of them come on. Big coaches this evening. Car park was jammed.
Well, there's actually more concern about Spasiewicz than first thought. The stretcher is coming on here, so this is something that you don't want to see. And credit to, once again, to these Bosnian players who've really put up a fight tonight, and you can see the distress on her face, and there's going to have to be a change here with Grebenar coming on. Let's speak to Nia Jones. Oh, Nia, what is there left to say? How's it going to go, this remainder of extra time, do you feel?
Well, this is the latest I've stayed up in a while, Simon. But I'm wired. You know, you're always thinking there's one more chance, and that's the way Wales have to think now. They've always got to think a chance will come, there's one more chance. What we don't need is them getting impatient and aggy with each other. There's 15 minutes left, there's still plenty of time. They're getting good space out wide, they're getting piles of bodies in the box. It just needs that one delivery to connect with that one run, and Wales can solve this before it gets to the P word.
And we wish Spasiewicz well. Tears in her eyes as she was stretching off there. Grebenar is on. Oh, this is a chance. Fishlock! It just had to be! It just had to be! Wales' star player has scored perhaps the most important goal of her Wales career. Brilliant finish from a brilliant, brilliant player.
Oh, what a finish. Now, when you need her most, she will deliver. She's a big game player. She's played across the world with some of the top teams, won titles in countless countries. And what a finish this is. Credit the ball in. This is what I'm talking about. Put it in an area where you can go on and attack it. And the technique to just hook that around the corner. Hodzic, absolutely no chance. You know, the technique there to just hook it around the corner. Actually, the hardest opportunity of the evening.
That is outrageous. To do that at this stage of such an important game shows the talent of Jessica Fishlock. She is a superstar. And it's advantage Wales. Well, that has lifted the fans in this stadium. No doubt it's lifted Gemma Granger. Jessica Fishlock, you legend. It's half-time in extra time. And it's Wales who have the lead. 1-0 against Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Well, good things come to those who wait, don't they? 105 minutes we waited for that goal. And who else but Jess Fishlock delivers. She's had quite the week, actually, and to top it off with that goal.
We talk about big players stepping up in big moments, and that's exactly what Jessica Fishlock has done. Big game after big game, and her technique to actually put that ball in the back of the net, unbelievable. I think we can't talk about her anymore, can we? We've talked about her every game in this campaign, and she just steps up in these moments. And we talked about the beginning of the game, she's a magician.
It's just about those moments, you know. We're talking they've been playing for 115 minutes now. When we talk about the conditioning, it's not just in the legs, it's in the mind as well. The presence of mind to deliver that ball before Bosnia were paying attention, and the technique on the finish. from Jessica Fishlock. We talk about her being world class. People think we're biased because we're Welsh. She's just proven it to the world there, and you can see how much it means to her. It stung her. We talk about her being a wasp. It stung her not to be involved in that Slovenia game. You saw it on her face in the stands. The relief, the elation, the triumph in her body then, and the whole stadium erupted. It's like her whole career has pointed towards that one goal, and I think they could get a second now in the second 15. They're on such a high.
They need to hold on for 15 minutes. Back we go, Gwennan and Simon.
Well, Jess Fishlock, we doff our bucket hats. What a goal. It was the type of moment that this game needed, and the type of moment that has the potential to be replayed in years and years to come.
I'll be watching that on repeat, on loop, for weeks to come. As you said, the technique there. She didn't actually know how to celebrate either. I think she's got so many big goals, but that might be right up there with one of them, and definitely, technically, probably one of the best. She was unsure how to celebrate, and I love the photos, the pictures actually of Gemma Granger. Just checking with the light, just checking there's no offsides. There's been so many this evening.
We were all waiting for that offside flag, and the open mouth of Gemma Granger was something to behold. But not to be any sort of party pooper at this stage, Gwennan. We've talked about this before, the term game management. It's used a lot these days.
Oh, certainly. And what Wales do have is a lot of experience, and then they have to draw on that experience now. We've definitely got to weather this first 5 minutes as well. We expect Bosnia to throw everything. They'll throw the whole 15, obviously, but just try and weather that storm first 5.
Wales want another. Fishlock wants another. Could fall to either her or Kayleigh Green. Here's Rhiannon Roberts, drives it into the middle, and that has deflated Bosnia, you feel, that goal, that special goal from a very special footballer. In the same way we talk about Gareth Bale's importance to Welsh football, it's the same with Jess Fishlock. And potentially now all roads lead to Zurich.
Yeah, I mean, there's a long time, you know, there's 13 minutes plus anything else that's added. Wales need to just make sure that the distances between them defensively are nice and tight. They've been opened up a couple of times this evening, so I'm not used to. Communication between them is good. We've just seen
Bosnia have got to commit players forward here.
Yeah, they do, and obviously that will, especially if you've got the pace of someone like Fio Morgan, that will play into Wales' hands. But
Hasan Begovic is among those, a defender, playing almost as a centre forward there.
Yeah, Wales just can't afford to give the space and the time that they are allowing the Bosnians at times, you know, on the edge of the box. I'm losing my voice here, Simon.
I don't blame you, Gwennan. It was quite a moment from this player, Jess Fishlock. Here she goes again. You run out of superlatives sometimes. Her commitment to the cause.
To be fair, again, Milinkovic, she doesn't deserve to be on the losing side. She's played so well. Again, tracking across, just making up for maybe the mistakes of others in the team.
Ingle.
This is what Wales need to do now, is just keep the ball. Move it around, keep moving the Bosnians. Just be tidy in possession, be patient, just try and kill the game, slow the game down. You know, if spaces then pop up, then you can obviously drive forward and take advantage of that. But the Wales haven't been their slick self in possession this evening.
Ingle, crossfield pass to Holland. Maybe worth the shots. Didn't have the pace to beat Hodzic, whose reaction to Fishlock's goal was much like Gemma Granger's. Just in awe and shock, I think.
Yeah, there was absolutely nothing she could do about that. She was rooted to the spot, just a connection. I don't think there's many goalkeepers in the world that would have got anywhere near that, to be honest. She's feeling the after effects though, Jess Fishlock. She's definitely extremely fatigued at the moment, but again, just her experience and know-how in these situations. As I said, she's played it in so many big games. won titles in so many different countries as well.
James, Morgan up against Gabric. They've had a real tussle, those two. And Morgan wins the corner, and she's really made an impact as coming off the bench. You know, aside from the goal that wasn't.
Yeah, she has, you know, we talk about her speed, but what she's done well as well is she's faced up with opponents. And as a defender, you know, you hate being in that situation, 1v1, when someone's running at you, you're on the back foot. But she's been positive. So you want out your forward players, you don't want to take away that mentality. Seeing here, like, she just blocks the, ooh.
See the ankle going.
Yeah, she just blocks the cross with it, and obviously follow through with her ankle. Looks painful, actually. I'd love to see this goal again myself. I will be watching this on repeat.
Well, there's no time like the present. We'll all be watching this for years to come. What a finish. And what a reaction. What a player. What a moment.
She honestly doesn't know what to do with herself there. And there's not many times I've seen that from a Wales player, from Fishlock, sorry. But no credit as well with the delivery from Rachel Rowe. Far better, putting it in that area for her to run on to.
Well, it seems as though the stretch is coming on again, and this is a sad sight. We've already seen it once. And it was certainly no one's fault, certainly not the fault of Fia Morgan. It was just one of those freak accidents, and Gabric will be leaving the field of play here. While Bosnia try and make this change for Markovic coming on. You know, young fans in attendance here. Oh, that is a sorry sight, but young fans inside this stadium, well, they'll tell their schoolmates, they'll tell their friends, we saw something special tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, the replays of the goal will highlight that as well. You know, what a finish. The quality. If anyone's questioning the quality, just look at the finish there. It was the hardest opportunity of them all, but just goes to show, as I said, the technical ability of these players.
Well, I think Markovic, Bosnia trying to get her on before Wales take this corner kick. And I think the Spanish referee is allowing them to do that. Some big calls for the officials tonight, and it's going to be a double change. Mojanovic and Markovic about to come on.
And it looks like Helen Ward's actually going to come on. Looks like she's down there. She's going through the set pieces.
She's a player as well who defends from the front as well. We know about her goal-scoring prowess, Helen Ward. Well, another player stretch it off for the visitors, and that is a sorry sight. We wish them well. The double change has been made, and a second goal would just finish things off for Wales here. Driven in from Fishlock towards where Ingle and Roberts were standing. Ingle heading back to James. Fishlock. Well, I think we can forgive her that.
Yeah, we'll give her that one. There'll come a time though soon, I think you'll see them in those areas actually playing for the corners. And
well, we talk about game management, we talk about experience, and they don't come more experienced than Helen Ward. This 103rd cap. Just bring that calmness. Green. This would finish it. Trying to find Fishlock. It was unselfish. Maybe she should have been more selfish. Crunching tackle from Ingle. Foot in from Holland. Rare attack for Bosnia here. Medic goes beyond her. And I wonder if Gemma Granger is going to give her star her moment. Well, a deserved applause for a player whose brilliance could have put Wales in the next round of the playoffs.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think she's literally ran herself into the ground. We've seen that with a couple of bursts that she's made. Let's not forget she's not long come back from a hamstring injury that kept her out for a couple of weeks, as we've seen, as she missed the last 2 games of the qualifiers as well. But experience replaced with more experience.
It almost looks as though she's disappointed to come off.
I think she's just so tired, to be honest.
And she's only just come back from injury, and remarkable. Rowe, Haley Ladd, out to Roberts. Into the last 5 minutes, Helen Ward chasing down the ball. Wales throw.
Yeah, but that's what you want as well, as you talked about game management, just play in the right areas. So Wales are in an area now, they've got the territory advantage. Just want to keep themselves in this area of the pitch, far away from their own goal as possible, limit that Bosnian threat.
They'll have something to tell their pals in school tomorrow. Helen Ward just trying to shield the ball. Roberts on the corner. Well, we saw her against Slovenia head towards that corner flag and kill a few seconds. And she was a bit more ambitious, and Hannah James lifted the crowd as if they need lifting. You may even see a smile from Gwen and Harris.
Oh, well, I smiled too much after that goal, and I shouted too much, I lost my voice.
One short to James. This would finish it. Morgan lashed at it. Evans, Ingle, claims of handball. Referee says no. Good play from Holland. Ward, Morgan. Good cross.
That's a great cross, Simon, and that's a cross from someone who knows what type of delivery she wants to be on the end of. Just whipping it across the front there, keeping it on the floor, good pace on it. Fio Morgan just couldn't quite get the connection.
Yeah, it was across the face of goal, wasn't it? It's always going to take something special to beat this hardened Bosnian defence who blocked almost everything. Here's Ward. They go out for a corner. Ward has appealed for it. Ward gets it. Now at this stage of the game, what do you do?
Keep it in the corner. There's 2 minutes to go.
No risks, no need for risks.
Well, let's not forget, when we played Slovenia home here in the last qualifying game, just needed not to lose. We took it to the corner after about the 75th minute, I think. So.
And Helen Ward using all her experience. She's wrestled to the ground. I think she should have had the free kick there. Rowe. Roberts. And Wales will make a tactical sub here. And Ward can't keep it in. It is a throw, and I think it looks as though Megan Wynne, Gwenan, is going to come on here just to run down that clock.
Yeah, well, extra time wasted as well. Obviously, she'd be disappointed she hasn't had more playing time. This Kaylee Green, that'll be coming off.
Ball back to Hodzic. Ingle. Kelly Green. I suspect will be coming off here for Wynne. Tries the 1-2 with Holland. Referee has played the advantage. And Helen Ward has beaten the offside trap. It's Ward trying to get round Hodzic. And Kerry Holland flat on her back. Goalkeeper is down as well here. But that will prompt the change. And Kayleigh Green, another breathless performance for her in a Welsh shirt.
Yeah, you can never, question her commitment. She's ran herself into the ground, offered in behind a lot. Brought other players into play. Disappointed to not get herself on the score sheet.
3 minutes of added time. 3 minutes for Wales to book their place in a playoff final in Zurich to face Switzerland. Ward. Morgan. That was Megan Wynne, sorry. And first touch for her. Roberts. Will be interesting ahead of Tuesday if Wales get there now. Recovery.
Well, that'll be vital, and obviously they have got a bit of an advantage in terms of, they've got a couple of days. Normally you get a weekend game and then a midweek game, so obviously they've got a day or two advantage to what you'd normally expect. But recovery would be vital tomorrow and the next couple of days.
Beal Morgan chasing down the ball. Milinkovic tracked by Holland. A push on the back by Holland, by Milinkovic. Oh, great skill. Has put the ball in a dangerous position here. Rachel Rowe needs to just get the ball anywhere. Well, you don't want to make rash challenges in the penalty area at this stage. And a reminder that this game is not over. A minute to go, at least. Roberts with the important touch, does very well. Ingle nicks off Milinkovic and out for a Welsh throw. She's looking at that watch, Gemma Granger. What a night.
Dramatic. But, at the end of the day, it was just about getting the job done. Yes, on paper, Wales should be putting many more against sides like this in terms of ranking. Bosnia have defended very well, to be fair to them. But in these types of games, it is literally just about finding a way, and Wales have found a way with an absolute special goal from Jess Fishlock.
Ingle. All eyes now on the Spanish referee. An epic night ends in Cardiff, with Wales heading to Zurich and to Switzerland. There are tears of joy from the Welsh players and tears of joy from Wales's superstar. All smiles for the Welsh players. All roads now lead to Switzerland, thanks to Jess Fishlock. And Gemma Granger leads the applause in front of over 15,000. But it's all thanks to that player there. Wales' most capped player, one of Wales' best ever, has won it for Gemma Granger's side. It's finished in the Welsh capital, an epic night. Wales 1, Bosnia and Herzegovina 0.
Well, it wouldn't be Welsh football without the drama, would it? The players, they celebrate Gemma Granger with a smile on her face. We don't often see emotion from the Wales manager, but Katie, they've done it.
They've done it, and what a roller coaster it was. It has been dramatic, but we found a way, and that's all we needed to do tonight. We expected it to be a lot smoother than it was, but we've got the job done and we can look forward to Switzerland.
Well, let's get some reactions straight away, shall we, from the goal scorer. She is with Laura.
Jess, my goodness, it was nerve-wracking, but job done. You are one step closer. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I don't know, a mixture of emotions right now. I think we could have played a bit better, and I think that's frustrating. But these games, they're never easy, and we've never been in this position, and I think we felt the pressure, but we got the job done, and we got another big game on Tuesday.
Talk me through that goal. What were you thinking when it came off that boot?
Well, I said to Rach to whip it in front post, and I'll do the rest. So she did. It was a great ball. I didn't know whether to try and lace her or place her, and I don't know. I just got it right. I just got it right.
It was incredibly special, and what a moment in front of your family who are here tonight. What does that mean?
Yeah, it's huge. Like, I love playing at home. I love seeing my family. My partner flew over from America as well for the game, and all these fans here. It's a phenomenal moment that I'd never really thought I would ever see in a Welsh shirt, and so yeah, it's just we'll enjoy it tonight, and then we'll get ready for Tuesday.
A big game on Tuesday. You've done it in extra time tonight. There will be tired legs. How are you feeling ahead of that one?
We just got to do everything right now to get ready for Tuesday. We've got to have a good mentality, and we also got to be better, and so we'll do a lot of recovery.
Thank you, Jess. Thank you.
Well, just like the men have Gareth Bale, the women have Jess Fishlock, a big player when you need a big moment. And she seems quite emotional there. She's done so much with her career, but this is something with Wales that she hasn't managed to do, a major tournament. She needs to tick it off her list.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's really strong comparisons between Gareth Bale and Jess Fishlock. We call
team tonight.
Gemma, thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
There we go, a very proud manager there. Jess Fishlock has just been to join us in studio. She's running around the place, hugs all round. Girls, very quickly, thank you very much for your company. It's been a roller coaster of emotions, if you like, but there we have it. The good news, Wales have done it. They are, yes they are, a step closer to a World Cup. The dream, it continues. Sleep well tonight, because we have a huge game on Tuesday. I know you'll be there, the Red Wall. We'll see you then. Nostal.
Here we go, in front of a crowd of more than 15,000. This Welsh team can get a step closer towards next year's World Cup. Fishlock! Green surely finishes! Offside. Green, one-on-one with the keeper! This is the moment! Offside. Via Morgan! Yes! Offside, no, offside. Fishlock! It just had to be!